Hey, the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up.
And at long last, we have reached the pinnacle, the climax, the sequence of all that is here at Daytona International Speedway, where we will see our drivers here come at it one more time for Daytona Speedweeks. This is the final race here for the Cup Series live at Daytona. Hi everyone, I am Christian the Crusader Shriver. Welcome back to the show as we set up for tonight's Daytona 250 presented by Champion Power Equipment. This track right now currently been settled in perfectly for these drivers to run their lines, run their speeds at top gear and all that. Gridding order will start up here in just a moment. As you can see the lineup here, of course, there are going to be some names in here that, honestly, I am not going to say. We're just going to let it roll through. We're just going to kind of go as we go, but just be aware, you might hear a little more giddy up on our voice tonight. We are ready for this race. This has been an incredible week-on-long soul racing here from these guys, and now the pinnacle has come to this. It is time for tonight's main event. Starting on the pole. Nope, you're not reading that wrong. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the number 8 will be on the pole. It is outside. It will be Brandon Wallace and the 99. Row 2, that's going to be Tim Duggar, and the 27 is outside. The 34 of Robert the Mullet Man Lawrence. Row 3, Jacob Givens, and the 20 is outside. The 38 of Craig Zanny Can Janzik. Row 4, TJ Majors, and the 35 is outside. The 84 of Michael, don't call him Harry Potter. Row 5, John Thacker, and the 56 is outside. It'll be the 39 of Jonathan, the Diamondback Diamond. Row 6 will be James, the Marauder Harris, and the 44 it is outside. It'll be the 16 of Robert Wynn. Next row on back, we'll see the 112 there of Kevin Ward is outside. It will be the 22 of Stephen Clegg. Next row on back, we will see here as we get the gridding order back situated through. The producer is still struggling a little bit to situate that through right now. Stephen Clegg in that 22. And then you got, of course, the number 9 of John Fix there. And then on the outside of him will be William Mann Jr. in the 29. Row 9, it'll be Michael Thorpe, and the 36 is outside. It'll be the 90 of Richard Fornshell. Next row's on back sees Garth Snyder in the 88, and then the 91 of Kevin Kachar. Row 11, Robert Wynn Jr. in the 23 of Drew Parker. And then row 12 will see the 13th Eli the Wild Childs, as well as Russ the Full Bore Kilgore in that 28. Next row is George Young in the 48, and then the 8 of Sheldon Pearson. Matthew Moniak there at the number 3, and then the 17 of Daniel Starner. And then the next row's on back there. As you see here in the grading order, we're getting through. 26 Stephen Madden there, and then of course the rest of Ray Whitehead in the 52 and the 94 of Brindley Addington are going to be put back in the pack a little bit. So that will set up tonight's race here as we get ready to pile on down. This is the Daytona Speedweek's Cup race here in all of its glory. The final race of the major events zone here as we are working them through. Ready to bring them on by, get things taken care of on in. The drivers are ready for this one. You fans at home are ready for this one. Make no bones about it, folks. This is the biggest race for a lot of these guys here because they all want the same thing. They all want to become a champion. They want to win here at Daytona. The only way to do it, though, is to finish strong and finish hard. And with the power and momentum in hindsight, they've got a lot of work here to do to keep up with that. As they come down around out of turn 4 here, they're ready to load up, ready to fly them on by. Ladies and gentlemen, the Daytona 250 is underway, presented by Champion Power Equipment. Here we go. So some drivers moving from the back to the rest here. They will have to start from their position here to start them out here right now down as they come on around out of turn 1, down into turn 2 here off the start. Some major runs coming from these guys, already building the momentum on in, trying to hang them in there and try to keep some power under the hood. Jason Taylor there in the 51, moving him on in, down in the inside zone, staying ahead of the 31 there, Trey Jackson. Jackson, no splash when it comes to racing around here. He's got a win under his belt from this track here. He's looking to try to keep that momentum alive, trying to keep his head at bay. Moving the field on in, down around out of turn 3, down in turn 4 here. They are got 40 cars lined up here tonight. 33 made the cut, and they are all looking for the same thing, and that's trying to outwit and outdo themselves. The 38 of Craig Zaney Zanzik right now starting to push the field in a little bit, starting to gain some momentum as they work their way down the corner zone onto the track. Working them on around still. Very solid racing early on. Janzik Duggar is right now trying to hold some momentum there in the inside and the outside zones, while the 34, the Mullen man, Robert Lawrence, trying to get some ground there, get some cloud clearance in there and trying to hang them on by here, fight them on in. Field works out back here. TJ Majors there in that 35 machine. Crew chief, we forgot to mention him a little bit, but he is one of the crew chiefs for one of the NASCAR drivers out there. You may know him a little bit quite well out there, but right now currently having a pretty good run here in that 22 machine, not the 35 as you see on the screen here. But he currently right now is still pretty solid runs with pretty solid racing all the way through, just trying to get some more momentum and ground cleared his way here. Fielding them back on right now. Jason Taylor there on the outside now, moving some chains in, trying to get the 31 there ahead of the other 31, which would be Trey Jackson. And that Dale Earnhardt Jr. number 8 tribute, if you will, down with the 31 around it, because we have another number 8 around here. Currently, right now in the back of the pack, is currently moving his way on in, trying to field him on by, making his PTM Racing TV debut, of course, here on the show. Right now, he's got a pretty solid run there out of turn 4 here. Earnhardt trying to get something going there on the outside line there of Eli, the Wild Childs there, and now moves the chains on around that Napa Auto Parts machine. Fighting him on by with a solid 1.5 there, starting to cling on some momentum, trying to get some ground going here. Back him on by Jonathan Diamond there in that 39, going to the outside line, trying to hit him up by, trying to stay in their zones, trying to give themselves a 1.5 here. No which way to Sunday. They're giving it all they've got right now, but they can't quite seem to get the momentum kicked in their way here. Still fielding them on around, still fielding them on by here out of turn 4. Here's some solid runs here from these guys. Currently everybody in a hot pursuit for this one. Trying to cling on to the momentum, trying to gain some ground here in the zone. A little bit of zones there, a little bit of trouble there out of front turn 1. We got some problems, we got problems, whoa! We've got big problems there out of turn 1. There's some huge wreckage and carnage there in the end zone. I'm not sure how that all started, but we saw one of them go for a little tumble and a spin. I think that might have been George Young in the 48 there. Looks like he got a little bit spinny there, a little loosey-goosey in the car. Comes to a rest, but unfortunately early on right now having some early troubles. And that will set up our PTM instant replay now as we'll bring it up onto the scoreboard here. We'll get things situated on in and take a look and see what happened here real quick and see what went wrong exactly there. See if we can get a good look at what happened up front. Looks like maybe something gone wrong there between John the attacker Thacker. So here is the PTM instant replay in all of its glory here. They come on by down out on the front straightaway. A little bit of a run there. Looks like the attacker moves in, moves the chains on by. A little bit of movement there. Then all of a sudden, coming down out of that corner zone. Oh, looks like Michael, don't call him Harry Potter, the engineer, got a little bit loose, a little hard on the momentum, ends up going for a tumble and a spin and sends the rest of the field in that pack zone there. Got a pretty hit up hard. A lot of guys getting into a little bit of trouble there and a little bit of damage zone. Sets them back a little bit, but that will definitely bring out the caution, which now sets up for the next part of this one here as we get things fixed on in once again. Hopefully those glitch graphic gremlins leave us alone for the night. I noticed we had a little slowdown on the start, so I do apologize in advance to everybody there for that. There's 33 cars on the track. There's gonna be a lot of stuff going on down there, so just be aware of that. Well, there's no different to anything else we do here on the track here tonight. Of course, we're gonna go ahead and talk with our guys and gals over there. So let's have a few words here from our drivers. Let's go ahead and have a word here from last night's feature winner, the Mullet Man, Robert Lawrence. Robert, do you have the copy, sir?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, right now, coming off that hot win you had there in Xfinity last night, how is the car holding up and how are you feeling?
Oh, the car feels great. I'm right here behind Timmy, and I'm just going to settle in behind him, push him for a while, keep temps down, eat some popcorn as I enjoy this race.
That sounds about right there, man. Well, nevertheless, I do appreciate you taking time to talk with us here, and hopefully everything goes well for you here. We'll see how it all plays out.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely. The Mullet Man, Robert Lawrence, taking time to talk with us here as we get the drivers back on by here and get things fixed on in currently. Everyone right now doing what they need to do to kind of get set up for this one here. And then, of course, other feature winner from last night, Trey Jackson. Trey Action Jackson, as we're going to give him the nickname. Now, Action, right now, man, after last night's race there you had in the trucks, how are you feeling right now in the Cup Series?
Good. These cars are pretty stable. So we're going to try to stay up front as best we can. I don't want to get back there in that mess.
For sure there. I mean, what the big mess there you saw just a minute ago, I mean, what's going to be kind of the big thing for these guys to avoid that big mess, you know, to stay out of the trouble zone?
Oh, I don't know. Stay up here toward the front best I can. If we get back there in that, we just have to do our best to miss it if it happens. So
For sure there.
We'll see what we can do.
Absolutely, man. Well, nevertheless, looking pretty solid so far. We'll let you get things figured on in. Hopefully this one comes on by, but nevertheless, good luck out there, bud.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely. Trey Jackson there in the 31 machine. Working them on by here, ready to get them back on in and get things situated through once again. We'll go ahead now and bring in another driver here. Let's go ahead and talk with old Danny Man himself. See how he's holding up down there right now. So just before we get back to the action here, of course, Greg Zanicky and Janzik, I believe it was only fair to give you a little bit of time in the spotlight as you're used to. So how are you feeling out there, buddy?
It feels really good out here in the SimSeats 38 Mustang. I'm glad we are in front of what will be known as the majority of the Calamity. And I would like to keep it here. I like the whole outside lineup here that we've got working. Robbie leading TJ, me, and then James. And hopefully this little unit can stay together and do damage.
For sure there. I mean, you've been running hard all season long, and now in this race too. You haven't really had very much of a break. What's really going to be the big thing for you to watch for tonight?
So this is a little bit longer than the restrictor plates that you saw in the Fast and Fun Cup series here. I think going in Talladega we're 75 or 80 laps if I remember right. So we are looking at a few more laps here. Looking just to there's going to be survival, of course, but I think I've said it a few times on the broadcast that I always get screwed if I hold back. So I'm going to be going 110% as usual.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, man, good luck out there, and hope everything kind of comes your way and things will get backed on in for you tonight.
Yeah, 10-4, Chris. Good to hear from you.
Absolutely. Greg Zinnick and Janzik taking the time to talk with us here as we are now getting ready to hit them back on in tonight for this epic encounter here. This is one of the biggest final races you'll see here for Daytona Speedweek as the drivers now situate themselves through and getting ready to get back on by. The field will work them on around and get things taken care of here. You see a lot of guys in the back right now trying to get situated through, trying to get things taken care of here, and hope they can get something going for themselves here on this restart zone. You see a lot of them packed in, racks stacked and all that. Now they'll come on down with the pace car coming off here. We are ready to get back underway here as the green flag flies. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back underway racing here at Daytona. Right out of the hold shot on the gun. Tim Duggar there in the 27, or excuse me, that 31 will move him on by here and move him in pretty quick. Running them through down on the end zone there. Here comes the 34, the Mullet Man himself. Robert Lawrence now making the big move around Tim Duggar. Duggar now trying to hold the inside line, trying to stay in there while the other 31, Trey Jackson, tries to give him a little bit of power boost and a little more momentum under the hood. Try to get him situated through here. They'll move him on by around here yet again out of turn 3, down into turn 4. Here's some solid run coming from these guys here trying to wheel and deal them in now coming down out of turn 4. Running them back down the field here. Everyone's still in a hot pursuit here for this one. All of them trying to figure out how they're going to get around these turns and how they're going to around these corners. Solid runs here coming from the end zone here, but looks like we got some moment up here up front. Looks like the Mullet Man giving a little bit of an inside push there, while TJ Majors in the 30, in that 22 machine now starting to rock and sock and all that here. A little bit out of front stretch here, moving them on by. Not even a couple laps into this one. These guys absolutely just playing into it hard as they can, trying to stick them through and try to see what they can do right now. Tim Duggar on that outside line, getting a little bit up close and personal with Jackson there. And the other 31 now fighting him on by. Solid racing up to the front end right now. Currently, they have got a huge war at hand. There you see the Zanny fam. They're trying to get some run, trying to get some momentum there, trying to hang him in by right now. Running them down on into the end zone here, and I'm going to let you guys know right now. I know who you want me to talk to. I'm going to let you know now. It is almost dead near impossible to talk with one of those guys that you see on the screen. Just going to say that right now, so please do not get mad at me. We have no way of talking with them, so sorry. But you see right here, Earl Jr. right now is moving some fields by here. He's got some solid runs coming on the outside line, trying to make a big change in the position. He knows how to run these tracks very well around here, obviously, with lessons from his family, his father especially, and everything he's learned. He knows how to run these Daytona tracks, and he has been a consistent winner when it comes to these kind of things. And the 31, Trey Jackson, falling way off the pace. There's something gone wrong there for the Budweiser number 31 machine. He's going to be slowing way off the pace, losing all his ground and momentum as they come on by down around out of turn 4 here. Solid racing, though, from these guys early on. Currently, Duggar and Majors right now side by side for this here. Working it on around here yet again. Down out of turn 1, down into turn 2 they go. Here, Duggar in the 31 trying to make a move around TJ Majors in that 22, trying to see if he can clip him inside there and get some momentum. Jonathan Diamond there in the 39. That old snake right now currently sneaking his way across the field, moving the chains on in, starting to field him on by. Has a bit of a solid run here and a solid connection to the track, really working his way and working his magic in. Trying to hold off, trying to stay in that position zone, trying to see if he can get something going for himself here. As they are currently all in a heated pack here. You got 30 guys plus on the track currently working for the same thing. And right now, if you want to talk about hard chargers, I think you kind of have to figure out who's the hard charger of the night so far. Up 21 spots. He's moving the field in around on the outside line. He's got something going for himself. We'll see if Junior is able to get more momentum there around the other Junior, William Mann Jr., who currently is on the inside line around there with Garth Snyder there in the 88. Snyder now trying to wheel him on by, trying to build up. Snyder falls back a little bit. Now the 23 of Drew Parker moves up to the front here, starting to get some positions in. Junior now on the outside line, the filter time. Number 8 Chevrolet going up high, trying to build momentum on around yet again as the 44 of the Murata. James Harris tries to stay in the zone. Working him down in the end zone. Here we go on the front stretch. Jonathan Diamond trying to hang in there, trying to get some power on the hood. Robert Lawrence doing everything he can to try to keep the pace and the momentum at his leisure. Not wanting to give them any chances up here. Running them back on in yet again. Yeah, they will fight them on back one more time around here. Some hot, solid, heavy hitters in this one, all looking for the same thing, and that's to make a big move when it counts. And you can see a little bit of an overheating situation coming in the back. The mullet man, Robert Lawrence, has to falter back a little bit, try to get the car, attempts to slow down a little bit. That's the danger you run when you're in that draft and you're in that zone, is that heat overexhausting in the car and just completely tearing it up out there. That's going to be the big thing you're going to watch for these guys here tonight all the way through. And currently right now, the way things are looking, you can see there's some solid runs and a half here. As you go on board here with Drew Parker in the back, he's got some company coming his way. The Murata James Harris moves the 44 inside. As you see, William Mann Jr. and Dale Earnhardt Jr. kind of looking in there as well, trying to see what positions they can get. Kevin Kerchar in the 91 Champion Power Equipment Machine starting to move the chains in the inside zone, building some power under the hood. Rocking them on by down out of turn 3. Now back on in down into turn 4 here. The 38 of Craig Janczak now starting to get a little bit more momentum under the hood. He's had a bit of a rough season when it comes to the Speed Weeks Challenge anyway, but he's been really doing a lot better as of late on getting more ground and momentum in these Cup Series than any other driver when we saw him back in the Champion Power Equipment Fast and Fun not too long ago. Currently the reigning defending champion there as well. He's trying to see if he can hold him on by. It looks like we got the movement there on the outside no line. Yeah, back him on by. Earnhardt Jr. was going to the outside line looking for a 3-wide salute. He couldn't quite get it to go there. Drew Parker in that 23 closed the gap off and decided to defend, trying to keep him away from making the big move. We know he will come for it if he can get it. Patiently waiting his time, waiting his ground right now. Everyone just kind of doing their own thing, situating themselves with what they can do and figuring out how they will run them on down around on the front stretch down to turn 4. The 51 there, you see Jason Taylor right now trying to head him by there in the Cheetos Ford Mustang, trying to get some momentum under the hood, trying to get something going for himself as well as William Mann Jr. with the onboard camera right now. You can see these guys double filed up side by side, each one of them kind of just waiting for the right moment in time, being very patient when it comes to their run. They don't want to make any big mistakes now or later. They want to stay in that zone and kind of stay under control, because they know if they get a little too over the top, a little too out of it, you get a little too out of control, that could send you back a ways. Now get you in bigger trouble than you realize, as Garth Snyder in the 88 now moves the inside. The old Red Bull machine been working pretty solid all season long. Yet to put it into victory lane though has Snyder, but you got to give credit where credit's due. He's always up to put up a fight and always up to put on a challenge. And speaking of putting on a challenge, now down on the front straightaway here, you can see there's just that wide open gap there, and you can see the veteran trying to move the outside line, trying to stay in there, but he's just not wanting to take it on just yet. He knows it's early. He just got to wait for the right time and hope everything will stick later. TJ Majors right now, though, still in a hot battle here with the 31 of Tim Duggar. The 22 and the 31 right now all on their battle here on their zone currently, trying to hit them by and trying to stay in that zone. Majors has the race lead at the moment, and now starting to move the chains in a little bit more, starting to really gain some ground better, but here comes Duggar in the inside zone once again, starting to reel him in a little more. Solid battle all the way through from these guys. No one giving an inch here, no one giving any chances up on the front pack here as they are all defending and trying to fight their way in. The 39 there, Jonathan Diamond as well. Hard to believe, but he's been having a little bit of a rough area too when it came to the speed weeks. He hasn't really been in that top 5's position for very long, but every time he does, oh boy, watch out for him. He can get something going there. Working their magic, working their runs, working their positions in. Triple Trey, you know he comes to play. Whitehead there in the 52 now starting to gain some ground as well up into that machine. He's trying to build him up a little bit from the back. He started up in 34th position, now up 21 spots. the hard charger of the night currently. Next to the other one that's currently 23 up, and you can probably guess who that is right about now. Moving them down around out of turn 1, back them on into turn 2. You can see Kevin Kachar there in that Green Mountain Grills Champion Power Equipment 91 right in front of him, trying to see if he can get some grunts there and build some power under the hood. Last time Whitehead, though, had a draft there on that back straightaway. We saw it here on the show. He blew the motor, and it cost him dearly there in the Xfinity Series. I talked with him a little earlier today. He said flat out, point blank, I do not want to make the same mistake twice. I want to run my line and make it sure that everything sticks the way I need it to and the way it will work for me later on. So I'm going to really be holding my edge and try to stay on this one. As they back them on around right now, currently we're still not even halfway there, barely 1/5 of the way there, and there is just absolutely some hard runs and some big solid battles here. I got to be thinking right now that a lot of these guys, though they're going up on the higher end away from the draft, are trying to cool them off. Wait a minute. We've got a big crash there at turn 1 down at turn 2. Folks, we got a huge wreck there on the infield there, and some cones are taken out, but some drivers are already out of it. Huge damage up on Michael. Don't call him Harry Potter there in the 84. Oh, my. Big damage up on that one indeed. Right there, back him on by, and I think he might have left the bread in the toaster oven a little too longer. Maybe he's just trying to revert back to the steam motors these days. Maybe, I don't know. He's trying to find a way to get a different kind of engine power in that car. What am I talking about? Anyway, let's go to the PTM Instant Replay. Let's find out what happened here in all of its glory. Let's see what happened on that zone here, coming down around out of turn 1 into 2. Looks like there was a little bit of some bumping and rubbing as usual. Something you would expect quite often around here. So they filled them on down around that front straightaway here. This is what happened here. You can see a little bit of movement up top. Yep, the 22 Stephen Clay gets a little loose, sends Potter for the ride, and then George Young gets tagged in. Sheldon Pierce once again getting there, and the 14 there gets into a little bit of a scruffle as well. We have no name on that one at the moment, but unfortunately that had to bring out the PTM Instant Replay because that brought out the caution, of course. So gotta get, if you're gonna have one, you gotta have the other. So tough break there for Michael, don't call him Harry Potter there. Unfortunately, early struggles there for him, and that will set him back just a little bit. So now drivers will work him back in here yet again, get things fielded on in, and we'll go ahead and have a little chit chat or talk or two with some of these guys here right now as they look to field them on in and try to get things fixed on by here a little bit more. A lot of action going on the track, a lot of stuff going down, some folks going in pit road, and I remember what I just said a minute ago about Whitehead blowing the motor. Deja vu. Smoke out of the back, that's problematic, man. That's trouble. He's got problems there. He's going to have to get that thing at pit road immediately and try to get the car cleaned up and get things fixed on in. This will definitely set the tone for some drivers out here to really make a big change and a move, especially guys like John, the Attacker Thacker. He stays on out here, so I guess the only better time than anything to ask him why he stayed out here. Jacker, do you have the copy?
Yeah, I got a copy. Potter took me out earlier, and I already used a set of tires for sliding them. Got some gas and stayed out. And hope I don't regret this decision, Chris. Nobody's out here with me. I'm starting to get nervous.
I hope no one does either, especially the way you keep naked down that pone, for crying out loud. But nevertheless, how you been feeling out there today, and do you think you got enough to kind of save the car up for the last half of this race when it comes time to that?
Well, I hope so. The speed seems a little higher tonight than it was the other day, so going into turns was kind of scary because I was hitting the entry around 205, and I think I can save it. I don't know if I can save it and then run through the whole field because we got a pretty big pack tonight. But hey, I'll miss 100% of shots you don't take, right?
That's right, man. Well, nevertheless, thank you for staying on in. Good luck here. Finish this one on by, buddy.
Thank you.
John, the Attacker of Cone Stacker, there now ready to field them on by and get things fixed on in here. And we're definitely going to be seeing a lot of battles all the way through on this one for these drivers. Guys like James and Marauder Harris, definitely one of them you have to keep your eye on. And James, you've been fighting hard all around this entire season when it comes to the Speedweek Challenge. And I got to ask you, man, after last night when you were 300ths of a second off of that win, what went through your mind here going into this race to set up for this?
If that last night did anything for me, it motivated me even more to go harder tonight and do what I can to try to win this bad boy.
For sure there. And what exactly when you say you're going to be more motivated to do it, how would you put that into perspective and putting that into the car?
Well, I'm probably going to make some more risky moves than I typically would. I'm sorry, he was yeah, I'm just going to try to stay on the inside line because in case something happens, it's easier to avoid usually. You just go down low, but I'm kind of riding a little bit here, but as the laps go on, I'm probably going to get more and more aggressive here a little bit.
For sure there. Well, that Ford Mustang 44 is looking pretty solid as ever, so good luck finish this one out, and we'll see how it all comes by to be. Maybe we'll talk to you at the end.
Maybe, buddy. We'll see you then.
Absolutely. James Marauder Harris taking the time to talk with us here as we now bring the lights down, the title card up, because everybody knows what time it is now. It is time for the next leg of the race. It will be time for these drivers to situate them through and get things up and about. And you know, when you got when you got 4 guys up there right now, like 5 guys just to say right now in that top spot, Thacker, Earnhardt Jr., Duggar, Janzik, and Majors all in that lineup, you know you've got a run and a half coming your way. Will they be able to hold them off and keep things up to about? We'll find out as they come down around out of turn 3 into 4. What will happen here on the restart, I have no idea. That's why we just tell you guys you got to tune in and like and follow us up here and catch all the action when we're live. Make no bones about it, folks. These guys are going to give it everything they can on this restart, try to get themselves further into the field. As the green flag flies, lights come on, we're ready to go. Field works them on bow down around the outside zone. Inside Thacker, almost giving a little bit of a problem there to Duggar. Or I'm not sure if Duggar was trying to push in a little bit of a bobble there from Thacker. Thacker's got to be careful about that. He knows he can't overdrive that car a little bit in those corners, especially with what's going on behind him. You don't want the big one to come right now, especially with the way things are going. They are neck and neck right off the start here. It's no surprise there. On to the end zone, down the back straightaway we go here. Earnhardt's got a little bit of a push coming from Majors there, and Duggar back on the outside. Now a little bit of a movement there, I should say, from Duggar to Thacker. Thacker needs a little bit of help here because currently that 51 of Jason Taylor and Majors right now are pushing their way up to the front. Solid runs and momentum here as the crowd starting to stand on their feet in their virtual world, 7 feet apart as usual, as they should be. Or wait, that's 6 feet, my bad. What am I saying? Anyway, back them on down around out of turn 1. Still filled them on back in yet again here. The Marauder now on the outside. Bullet Man, Robert Lawrence there in the 34 trying to build some momentum there as the 22 of Majors now gives a little bit more of a push, trying to secure his way up into the front. Earnhardt Jr. has got the race lead. And he has all but now secured it there out of turn 3. But a big dive down there from Majors ends up getting him a little bit loose and sends Thacker into the wall. Huge crash falls in pursuit right behind him. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Caution's out, and probably at the best of times for these guys. Holy smokes. Oh my. Huge wreck there coming into that corner zone. I'm not sure what happened to Majors, if he was trying to dive it down and trying to get the car to stabilize there, but it looked like maybe a little bit maybe of an error on his end. Sent his drivers for the ride there, and unfortunately ends up taking a good chunk of the pack in. Thacker managing to survive, but the front end of that pack's going to have to use that instant repair up. And will have to be initiated into the PTM instant replay because we got to find out what exactly happened there. Holy smokes, folks. That was a big little wreck you saw there on that corner there. Here is the PTM instant replay in all of its glory. They'll come by down around here, and I want you to watch very carefully with this big move. You see the draft right there? Starting to field it in a little bit. Where did everything go wrong? A little bit of bobble down. Earnhardt blocks. Majors goes down. And it looks like Thacker actually might have missed his area, missed his line. And that ended up setting the rest of the field into a bit of a panic and crashing them on in. Huge field getting into a big wreck there. And the Cheetos 51 of Jason Taylor, unfortunately, kind of getting the trouble, kind of being the guy that started that one there up, unfortunately. Tough break there for him. So now that will field them on by here once again, and that will get things taken care of once more here for this next run and a half. James the Marauder Harris there in that 44 now moves up quite a few spots. TJ Majors will stay on out. Earnhardt decides to go in to pit road. Might be thinking he needs to stay up on his fuel and stay up on the tires there as well. Maybe a little bit of a smart move. Mathemoniac there as well, going in there as well. So Robert Lawrence, Duggar, Taylor, Potter as well, all jumped in there trying to get themselves situated through. They will all try to get themselves somewhat figured out and somewhat taken care of here for this run here as we get things fixed on by. But now joining us in the chat here, this is Eli the Wild Childs. And Eli, living up to the nickname a little bit. Wild Childs being, yeah, you've been all over the place with these guys tonight. It's been crazy.
Yes, sir, it is. It is. I thought last night was crazy. Tonight has been nuts so far.
Well, I mean, you got 750 horsepower coming out of these Cup cars here tonight, and a lot of momentum with the way they're set up, and a lot lighter as well. I would believe that the power under the hood basically kind of set you guys a little bit more offset and all that. How are you holding the car up, and how is it feeling for you here tonight?
It's loose, man. I'll tell you, it is slick, like driving on these Iowa roads in the winter. It is definitely slick.
We all know about that all too well, but Eli, you still got a whole race ahead of you. You got about 70-odd laps here. When the restart comes, it'll be a little less than that, but nevertheless, good luck out there, bud, and finish it out.
I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. Eli the Wild Child, not quite used to the Daytona heat, if you will. He's more used to the slicker roads that we all know coming to respect here of Iowa, but then again, what am I doing? I'm down here in Daytona, where I'm going to now talk with William Mann Jr., who's got on the call here. And William, you might want to have changed the bottom thing there because I have you on call here tonight, bud. How are you holding up?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there. So far, so good. But speaking of which, how is your car holding up there in that Sundrop 29 machine?
Hey, man, we ain't got a nick yet. I'm getting out of I ain't touched nobody. I've missed the 2 big wrecks. I'm just hoping luck keeps up.
For sure there. What will be your biggest goal here tonight when it comes to just running with what do you got here on the track?
I mean, I don't care who's on the track, man. I just want to finish good. That's all about bragging rights, you know?
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, William, good luck out there, man, and finish this one on by as currently your fellow comrades still have no respect for the cone, apparently.
Yeah, forget that cone, man. They don't matter.
Very funny. We'll see you later, though, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you guys.
Absolutely there. William Mann Jr. taking the time to talk with us here as we now situate him through. We're getting ready to put the lights back on, get things situated on in. Folks, it is go time here for these drivers. Everybody all looking for the same thing. They're all looking to try to get themselves a little bit of a run going for them in the area here and back them on by. TJ Majors currently going to be the race leader on this next zone. You see him just tempoing and pacing himself ready to lock horns and lock up with these drivers here as they will field them on by around out of turn 4. What will be the case here for these drivers? What will be the big thing that they all falter back on and try to focus in on? We'll find out here as they come on down around out of turn 4 here. Field works them by. Pace car comes up. Bam boost their old car. And let the drivers, the stars in the cars, line this one up. Field them on by and hit them hard. Here we go on the restart. Looks like there was some movement in the back there. I'm not sure what happened there, but looks like Duggar went right into the middle there. It looks like on that zone. Maybe thought about trying to get a little 3-wide salute in there already out of the gate. That's a little bit risky if you ask me, but hey, you know, if it works out for you. But right now they'll move them by around out of turn 2 here. And the Marauder James Harris now starting to close in on his gap, starting to close in on the driver here there. TJ Majors, the 22, trying to stay ahead of the zone, trying to stay ahead of a huge field right behind him. Solid runs and momentum coming from these guys here. Everybody in a hot pursuit for this one, trying to wheel and deal them in, trying to give themselves a run and a half here. Rocking the back, come on by here. Everybody in a hot pursuit. Everyone's still trying desperately to gain some ground and gain some momentum up on those corners there on the outside line now. Big move there coming from, looks like the 50. The 90 there. That is Richard Forshell. He's got some heavy momentum and heavy artillery under that hood right now. Starting to field him on by, trying to get something going for himself. He knows he's got to stay in that corner zone and kind of stay in that run. The Buffalo Wild Wings number 90 machine on the outside line, giving it a hard run there. The Marauder James Harris and that Bush Light number 44 Ford Mustang while the 88 there of Gareth Snyder, and now the wild child himself, Eli Child, starting to punch his ticket to the dance. Starting to gain some ground here, starting to gain some positions in. Sheldon Pearson there in the 0-8, now starting to work him back after all the momentum and issues he had earlier. Looks like he's finally got this thing taken care of here and starting to field it in a little bit as we take him to the onboard of George Young. You can see that 16 of Robert Wynn there really firing away on all cylinders as well. I know I'm used to seeing him in a Metallica car. Looks like he's definitely, or a truck I should say. Well, it looks like he brought the Metallica car out tonight. Looking sweet as can be as Triple Trey he came to play Whitehead, has now come over turn out of turn 3 and taking the race lead, but it's not to be. Richard Fornshell down the inside out of turn 3. Now out of turn 4, side by side, they take it here. Majors goes, bounce down out of the yellow. Inside the yellow, manages to stay clear of it. Brings it back up, nicely done, saves it back in as the field now works them on by down around their corner zones into the field. You've got a lot of heavy hitters now moving their ways on by right now. Currently the 31 of Tim Duggar right now there in the middle of the pack trying to fight his way in. Kind of being like a corner spot, almost like the diamond in the middle, if you will. Kind of waiting for his zone and waiting for his target. Can't quite get anything to go there. Robert Wynn has to back off and let the car settle down. The motor getting hot under the collar. Spotter's telling me right now he's not too happy the way that's going right now. He wants to leave it for later. Right, back him on by here, of course, TJ Majors, one of the crew chiefs there, running in the NASCAR series, obviously helping out with a lot of tough top-tier names and top drivers there. Great to have him on board for the first time, for only the third time, I should say, on PTM Racing TV, while one of his friends and allies there that helps him out with everything, Dale Earnhardt Jr. also working his way in the field. He's just starting the back, and now right now he's just moving to the fields like it's nothing right now. This is insane. You hear all about the NASCAR drivers and all of them coming through on the iRacing circuit because, well, frankly, this is about as close as it can get sometimes for them in true simulation form as they now opened up the 3-wide salute there once more. Matthew Moniak in that Wrangler number 3 machine. Oh, that's an old school throwback if I ever saw one. Trying to throw him in, out on the outside, trying to steal him on by. Solid runs and momentum coming their way. Ooh, looks like Duggar was trying to make a jump up to the front there, trying to make some big positions in there. Didn't quite take it to the 3-wide salute just yet. He waited for his moment. As you see William Mann Jr. there in the 29 on the outside line, trying to work him in. Eli the Wild Child's there in that 13 nap. Oh, Parchment Chevrolet gets a little bit bump loose there, hits in there a little more. William Mann gets a little bit cornered out there by Duggar. Duggar down to the inside. Moves the chains on by, gets a hard run there on the backstretch. Starting to clear house, starting to clear his way, pave the way. TJ Majors having to defend off, trying to block. He's trying to hold off major implications, but Fornshell moves in the inside. That was a huge run there coming down on that lap. Holy smokes. That right there is what you call Daytona racing at its finest. Some hard runs and some tough battles here from these guys. Everybody all in their position, in their pursuit to take home some big winnings and some big money here tonight, of course. The prize is really not the matter, though. They're all just looking for bragging rights and have a little fun out there. Lap winding down right now. Currently, the field in a bit of a rough spot there. Turn 3 and 2. Oh, Kutchar gets into big trouble territory. He has spun out, and the 88 as well. Getting taken out as well. I'm not the 89. I should say Robert. Yeah, the 88 of Robert Wynn Jr. gets a little tag and a half there. Caution is out. Caution's out. We're under yellow. Oh my, big wreck there from these guys. Did some situated through a hard lick and a half there. Right now we'll have to find out what happened exactly there, but Kevin Kutchar right now currently the main guy we saw kind of getting spun in there with Robert Wynn Jr. kind of falling behind. Let's go to the PTM Instant Replay and find out more about this one. See what happened exactly here and what went wrong and what went down here. That was a bit of a hard lick and a wreck there, to say the least. But as always, there's always a other side of the story. And I think we just figured out what that is here. Here is a PTM Instant Replay in all of its glory. A 3-wide salute there coming off. And as they come on around, Jackson just barely brings it down. And unfortunately, takes the 88 of Robert Wynn Jr. for a ride. You can see the flaps on the car, though, doing their job, keeping the car from going flying in the air and upside down. And pulling a little 1990s action there on the track. Thankfully, these cars definitely built from a safety aspect and the key aspect as well of what they need to do to make sure no one gets hurt out there. And you saw right there the safety innovations being put to work there. Well, nevertheless, here currently we are going to be at lap about, we'll be at lap 39 when they come around here. Then I'll probably be about lap 41 or 42 when we're back to action. Field will work their way in and start to get things taken care of here once more. And we'll see how everything plays out for our drivers right now currently, as everyone is still in a hot pursuit and a hot battle here for this one. One of those names just happens to be old Triple Trey. You know he comes to play, Whitehead. Trey right now currently got some family watching in the stands and family watching at home, and currently I know you're not wanting to talk to me too much with that old broadcaster curse slinging around, but how are you doing down tonight?
Doing pretty good. I felt like I could push TJ pretty well. A couple times I thought he was going to the inside, so I went to the outside, but he didn't end up going, so I checked us up. But yeah, we're doing pretty good, and I like where we're sitting.
For sure there. I mean, I'm going to ask you real quick, though. How are you going to be feeling when you come down in the later half of this race? What's going to be the big thing you're going to watch for here besides the big wrecks?
Well, yeah, that's definitely one of them. But the other thing is who's going where, because I have an agenda of who I can and can't work with. And I keep adding to it. TJ just got added to it because I felt like I could push him, like I said. But, yeah, basically who I can work with, where they end up going is where I'll be. So that's the game plan.
For sure there. Well, Trey, we do appreciate you taking time to talk with us here. Fight them on down around and see if this one will stick for the end here tonight. And please don't blow your motor like you seem how to do all the time here.
You know what's funny is I did it earlier in the race. Whenever the caution came out, I downshifted to third, and it just blew up.
Yeah.
I got a pass there, so...
Yeah, we got it. We thought you were trying to be a steam locomotive out there, but that didn't go so well for you. But we got it, man.
No, yeah.
All right, man. Thanks for tuning on in. Good luck. Finish this one out.
For sure. Thank you.
Triple Trey came to play Whitehead, trying desperately not to blow that motor up. He's had a bit of a history of doing that apparently on this track. Another driver with some history in a car with history. That's the 3 of Matthew Moniak there. And Moniak right now currently having a little bit of a work your way from the doghouse and the outhouse, if you will, to trying now moving away to the White House. Currently up 16 spots. How are you holding up out there?
So far, we're hanging in there pretty good. We're just trying to take it slow and be very strategic about it. And I mean, obviously, we're running a pretty iconic car, and we just want to do the number justice and make it look good.
So far, it seems to be doing just that and seems to be holding out all right. So, won't keep you around too much longer, but nevertheless, good luck out there, and we'll see if all goes well and plays out in your favor here tonight.
Thank you. We hope so.
Absolutely. Matthew Moniak there now whipping them by here, ready to field them on by now as the lights come down on the track, which means the title car comes up, and that means we're ready to get back underway here in just a minute as soon as Richard Fornshell will stop tearing down that cone, for crying out loud. No respect for the cone any night here on the track at all. These guys have no respect for that cone. The field will work them by here. We'll work on in down again as they get ready to situate themselves through here. Solid runs and a half here. Solid battles all the way through. Everybody looking to possibly take way and take shape here. Get themselves fielded on by. Solid runs early on, some solid battles quickly in the bay had, but right now as we're about ready to reach the halfway point, it's do or die time for some of these guys, and currently right now they are looking to try and wheel and deal these ones up to the front and back into the position. Some serious momentum runs coming their way on third and fourth. You can see as they build them on down on a turn 4 here, the pace car will come off this time around, which means the idle car comes off, which means then the lights come on. And I think you all know what we're going to do. We're going to put the pedal to the metal on the restart. Here we go. Working him on around. Fighting him on a position here right now. Back him on by down on the front straightaway here. Down into turn 1 yet again into turn 2. Eli the Wild Child makes a huge run in position. The Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet now swinging it side by side there with the Murata James Harris. He looks to take no prisoners there on the outside line, trying to build some momentum there to Fornshell. Richard trying to hang in there. The 52 of Whitehead, Deja Vu right behind Harris once again. But the last time we saw that was in the Xfinity race last night early on. The motor win. You heard me just make that joke a little bit early on. A little bit of trouble there in the back. Big problems right behind them. Big trouble, big trouble. Oh, more props. Oh, man, the 9 just takes a huge lick. John Fix just takes right into the 28 there. Rusta Fullbore Kilgore as the caution comes out once again. Oh my, folks, big wreck there on the back straightaway. Big issues and problems settled in, and TJ Majors got some big problems there on that front end. The motor goes, and it's got pretty much nothing left of the tank. We're going to the PTM Instant Replay to find out what happened exactly here. Let's see what we got here on our end and see what our old gaming gods have brought to us today, and we'll see what they brought here tonight. So now we must ask to see what happened here. Let's go ahead. There it is. Producers finally getting to work here and doing their job. Looks like there's going to be trouble right up front here. A little problems there. TJ Majors looks like he was a big factor in that, so we'll go back and take another look at it from another angle there. We'll have to catch it from another angle here, a little bit more of a distance, see what happened exactly in that spot there. Looks like there was something that went wrong as he was going into the turn there. Might have got a little bit aggressive. We saw him having troubles earlier with that turn. Oh no, right there. Oh yeah. The 112 there unfortunately gets right in there. Saw a little bit of a defensive block there. And unfortunately it sent those guys there and for a little bit of a ride and got them in big trouble there, unfortunately. Tough break there for the drivers here. That will set them back a little bit in position and will set things back into the tone that we will now reach for it here on this restart zone. Field will jump back in around here once again, and of course we'll jump back into the chat zone here and see with everybody here. Don't worry, we're not forgetting you guys in the comment section, by the way. I'll talk with you guys at the end here, but right now we're just a little bit busy with what's going on down out there, if you kind of can guess what's going down. So if I could, I'd have the producers talk to you guys all day, but nevertheless, there's a few guys we'd like to talk with. Of course, one of them being the 48 of George Young. So, George, you got the copy, sir?
I do, man.
Hey, pretty good, man. So far, you've been hanging in there for quite a while here in these races all the way through the Speed Week. What's going to be the major thing for you tonight, really running this one in?
I think tonight I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive than the other ones, and I'm going to try to stay up front here. I think we got a shot here.
For sure there. I mean, what will it take, in your opinion, though, to really keep that momentum alive and keep that shot in play and just really give yourself something to work with here?
Just try to keep an eye on the other guys around me and see what they're doing. I think, everybody's being pretty calm up here. So I'm just trying to see which line's running the best and put myself in the best position.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, we do appreciate you talk with us here, George. Good luck, and we'll see if we can put that strategy to work, like you just mentioned.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely. George Young there in the 48 taking the time to talk with us here as we get things fixed on back around here. Stephen Clegg there in the 22. Kind of been a little bit of a eye for sore eye tonight, but because there's been a few wrecks, but it's still good to talk with him here. So let's go have a word here with the old Kentucky Fried Chicken, number 22, Stephen Clegg. Clegg, you got the copy, sir?
I can hear you.
Hey, how are you holding up out there so far, and how's things been working in for you here tonight?
It's been pretty decent, actually. I had one little mistake there and went to the back, and I worked my way back up to the top 10 again. So just kind of hogging laps right now.
What's it going to take to get one more big run in here to really get yourself up to that front half in this one?
Just keep clean, stay in the lane, and I think you start jumping lines and you're going to cause trouble. So I'm just going to stay where I am, and hopefully it all works out.
For sure there. Well, we do appreciate your time to talk with us here. Good luck in this race, and see if all of it works out in the end here.
All right, thank you.
Stephen Clegg in that Kentucky Fried Chicken 22 machine, looking to wheel and deal his way back on in as we now bring things back up by here one more time around. They will get things fixed on in. Folks, thank you again to everyone that has now joined us in here on the show. If you guys could like and follow us up, if you like what you hear on Facebook, go over to our YouTube and subscribe there for great content. Also, if you guys want to see a little bit more stuff and go all the way on the other social platforms, we are on Twitter and Instagram if you want to catch us out there. Be sure to follow us up there. And as usual, thank you again for tuning on in, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the show. Right now, drivers are working back on around, start to field them on by, get things taken care of here. It's been a solid run and a half for some drivers and a bigger battle for others. A lot of stuff going down there right now currently, the way things are fielding in. Some heavy hitters are moving their way to the field, and they know it. And right now, Eli the Wild Childs, the Marauder, James Harris, Richard Fornshell, Triple Trey, Canada Play, Whitehead, Sheldon Pearson are all on that hunt. Garth Snyder as well. And they got a lot of guys in the back just kind of waiting for that opportunity to strike and waiting for the moment to hit. As the green flag flies right there on the front straightaway, we're back underway. Much better start on the restart here for a lot of guys. Everyone now kind of clinged in a little bit more here. As they field them on by, they will start to gain some momentum and ground on the power here. You've got on board here with Brindley Addington right now on the inside zone, while the number 3 there, Matthew Moniak there on the outside, trying to build his momentum in. Staying side by side, they take him down in the corner zone here. The 94, Brindley Addington, trying to hang in there with these guys, trying to show off some power under the hood, some momentum in the key. Staying in the area, staying in that line of play right now. All drivers now working their way in, starting to field the bye. Working it down out of turn 4. Once again, here you got some guys kind of going into a little bit of territory of trying to figure out when's the right time to make a move here. Not a lot of ground to be making mistakes here, especially when you got some heavy hitters right beside you. Russell Fullboard, Kilgore knows all about that right now as he moves to the inside zone, starting to hang some challenge in. Michael, don't call him Harry Potter. And that 84 slowed up way a lot there on that turn 2 zone. Field starting to get a little bit packed up in the corner zone. Once again, we got some problems there in the back. Russ the Fullboard, Kilgore gets a little bit too much of a bump, gets then put back into the pack here. Right down on the front straightaway here, Eli the Wild Child's in that 13 machine starting to wheel and deal it there with Richard Fornshell to his outside. Triple Trey came to play Whitehead, making some big moves there as well, making him fielding on in, while the Marauder James Harris has the race lead. Just about halfway through this one, folks, in a solid race to say the least. Smith swerved that up and down around. Whoa! Big problems there, big crash right in front. Almost the whole field goes for a ride here. Holy smokes. Are you kidding me? Half the field, if not 3/4, gets taken in that one, and a huge wreck ensues and insists, and my goodness, the caution comes out. And there's some bigger problems up on the zones here. A lot of guys taking it big time, and there's definitely going to be some fast repairs used. Looks like Earnhardt Jr., Robert Wynn Jr., Snyder gets in there, got tangled. Sheldon Pearson, Michael Thorpe, Trey Jackson, Daniel Starner, they all got tagged in that one, unfortunately. A tough break there for these guys. Let's go to the replay and figure out what the heck happened on that one, because Lord knows we need to know what happened exactly there. That was a little bit of a run and hit there, and unfortunately nowhere to go on that end at all. So it looks like there was a little bit of a bump there on Sheldon Pearson's end. So we'll see what the whole replay here will come on down. Here is the PTM Instant Replay in all of its glory. You're going to watch here coming down out of turn 3 and 4. See if we get a good look here at what happened around that corner zone. See where everything went wrong there. Looks like almost a 3-wide slid and persist there. And it looks like Duggar got a little bit aggressive there. And Sheldon Pearson goes for the ride. And the whole field right behind him goes for a ticket and a half. Had nowhere to go there at all. Nowhere to play in. And then that whole wreck zone just kind of started up right there and then. And that's where everything just kind of went crazy and haywire. See right behind him there, just kind of getting tangled in there. Everyone just kind of spin him on by. Duggar does go for a little bit of a tumble and a spin. Kevin Ward there in that 112 gets hidden up by pretty bad there. Junior takes some damage there in the front. He gets a little tag and a spin and spins the tires a little bit more there, just trying to get off that banking there. Those Daytona bankings are no joke, man. They'll send you for a ride. And Michael Thorpe, 36 as well. You see kind of coming across there as well, taking for the spin zone. So 3/4 of the field taken for the ride, and unfortunately 3/4 of the field are going to have to pit them on by here. Apparently the producers are still having troubles when it comes to running the show around here. So we do apologize for that, guys. Didn't mean to show the screen there. So we will work them on back around here, guys. Oh my, this has been some crazy racing so far. Still great to have you all tuned on in with us here, and still no respect for the cone over there. No respect at all for the cone, man, which means only one thing. As per usual, I must now banish them to the list. They have made the list of cone haters. They have made the list, folks. That is it for Mr. Fornshell. He was going to the list. Anyway, let's go ahead and chit-chat with some drivers here and see how the rest of the field is right now. Hopefully there's a few in here we haven't talked with that weren't involved in that wreck there. That was a serious little knocker for some of those guys out there. Looks like the 9 there, John Fix, one of the guys that managed to avoid the carnage there and stay out of it. So why not? Let's go ahead and take it on down here with him and see how he's holding up here. John, do you have the copy, sir?
Yes, sir. Got a good copy. How you doing tonight?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. How you been out there?
We're doing good. We've been trying to stay in the back, stay out of some of this trouble. Been lucky so far.
For sure there. Well, I mean, I'm going to ask you real quick. You've been involved in one of the wrecks earlier on. Did you have to use the instant repair up earlier to kind of get things fixed on in for yourself?
Yeah, I sure did, and that's why I've been laying back, trying to hold off and not have to get any more fixes done. You know what I mean?
For sure there. I mean, nevertheless, though, it's been a wild race and a solid ride here all the way through, though, for you. Is there anything you want to say to your friends or family or crew chiefs or family here?
Just thank everybody for coming out and watching the race. Certainly appreciate the sponsors, Champion Power Equipment and Blackstone Management for putting this on for us. We had a great time out here all week, and thanks to all those guys.
For sure there. Well, we appreciate your time talking with us here. John, finish them out, and we'll see what happens here at the end.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
John Fix, the number 9, taking the time to talk with us here as we now field them on by here, getting ready to hit them back up once again here. The field will come to their close and come to their position. Everybody looking for the same thing, which is to try and somewhat survive the rest of this race here and try to see if they can get things fixed on in here. Whitehead will be up in that second position with Fornshell right behind him and Eli the Wild Childs there in that third spot with Robert the Mullen Man Lawrence looking to maybe make a way in position. Folks, we are now finally at the halfway point here, and things couldn't get any crazier, couldn't get any better here for these guys. They're all looking for the same thing, which is to finish this one out strong as can be. But there's a lot of hard racing here to go, still a lot of hard battles all the way through. We'll take it down with our cam here. The drone cams are being put to work here and put to use, but now it's time to put a little bit more use to them, put a little more power under the hood. Then we'll bring them on down around that front straightaway here. They're waiting for the green flag to fly as they kid them on by. You see the pace car come off and see the lights come on, which means they're coming right in your living room. Working them back in around now. We have got the field fixed up and ready to go back at it for another run and a half. A lot of guys having to use their instant repair up, though, at the halfway point, so that will definitely screw up their time zones a little bit and kind of mess with their plans when it came to the run here. We'll see how well that plays out for some drivers and how bad it plays out for others. I guarantee you one thing, though, these guys are going to be trying to take it a little bit easier on themselves and not try to make any bigger moves until later on, in my opinion. They don't want to get caught up in too much wrecks here. They've already had to jump in one car into the other. Field backs by here around yet again here out of turn 4 here. Some solid runs here and a momentum keying their way in down the front straightaway. Some big moments coming from these guys. Everyone's still flying them on in, clambering them down. Hammer hard here. Triple Trey came to play Whitehead. Now faltering back a little bit as Eli the Wild Childs right now moves in the field, moves the by on. Starting to work him in hard, starting to run him in quick, starting to run him quick back by. Yet some solid runs and a half there from these guys. They're still in the hot pursuit for this one. Know which way to Sunday to make mistakes here. Know which way to go when it comes to making problem territory. And the Matthew Moniak and that number 3 Wrangler trying to build up some heavy hitters on that outside. Trying to build in there as TJ Majors falls right behind him there in the 22. Majors is not one to give up yet. You saw him get into that wreck earlier on. After that instant repair picks up and car getting taken care of. He's looking to try to take this one up to the front and fight his way in. He's looking to come from the outhouse and then back to the White House. But in order to do that, you've got to work your way in, work the magic of the field, and hope you get a little bit lucky every now and then. Some solid runs and a half here, some solid battles all the way through. John the attacker, Thacker there in the 56 now, trying to build some momentum in that Ford Mustang machine as they field them back on the back straightaway. Hard to believe, even though we're at Daytona, we're almost at the time for that season to come for racing, but we've got even bigger problems out of turn 4. No! Are you kidding me, man? Oh my goodness. Huge problems there on the front straightaway here. Sends these guys for a loop and a ride here, and big problems there. Really give themselves problems there, and my goodness, folks, that just you gotta be kidding me, man. Eli the Wild Child's got involved in that one. I couldn't see who else got in there. We'll find out what happened exactly here when the PTM Instant Replay. We'll take a look at it here and all of its glory and find out where everything went wrong there. Some big crashing in zones there, and unfortunately nowhere to go as well. Alright guys, here's the replay in all of its glory here. Let's find out what went wrong here. Looks like Fornshell trying to sneak his way in, gets Whitehead, and the whole field right there, the whole leaders got in there. Florence gets out of that way and just barely avoids it. Nowhere to go for the rest of the field there, and you saw guys just getting taken in there and around. Fornshell just got a little too hard on the throttle, and everybody else got sent for the ride there. You see the 51 just got him on his side, just barely getting out there. Man, oh man, that is a hard break there and a tough break there for these guys. Well, nevertheless, here they'll get the field back on around, and those that still have an instant repair left or anything left in those cars, they'll try to fix this one in and try to end it on by here. But there is a lot of guys that are going to be following back quite a bit here in the field. They're going down into pit road now to see what the damage will be done here. But Brindley Adlington is going to stay out here. It's going to be an interesting strategy on their end, in my opinion, the way things are going. So we will see the rest of our field kind of pick things in and start to hammer away and clamber away a little bit, and hopefully things will go a little bit easier for him here. Unfortunately, after that big wreck, though, it's hard to say who's going to be where and who's going to go where at this point. But let's go ahead and have a little word here with some of our drivers here and see what they saw, how maybe they were feeling out there. Let's go ahead and talk with Garth Snyder here in the 88. Garth, you got the copy, bud?
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. Hey, how you been holding up after all these insane wrecks and carnage in front of you, brother?
Oh man, we got through a couple of them, got caught up in a few, just trying to stay clean out here.
For sure there. I mean, with the way things have been going, I'm presuming you probably already used an instant repair up, but do you feel like you can have something here to kind of take in with these guys for the end of this race?
Oh yeah, we've been sandbagging a little bit, holding back. We've got some for the end.
Uh-oh. Well, I didn't hear it and I didn't say anything, so Snyder, go ahead and fight them on by and see if maybe the Red Bull has a little more kick under that hood.
Will do, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see how it all plays out here for him as well as the rest of the field. Currently, everyone's still trying to get themselves fixed in from that little issue and problem they had earlier. So as we will bring him on around here, folks, we're going to have to cut to a quick commercial break, but when we return, we're going to double file him up and get back underway for this one. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're not done with this one just yet. It's still a long way to go here for the Daytona 250. Well, the Daytona 250, of course, is brought to you in part by here at Daytona International Speedway by Champion Power Equipment. When you guys need the right tools for the right job, there's no better way than to trust in the name brand there of Champion Power Equipment. Be sure to visit them up on their website at championpowerequipment.com and follow them up on their social media platforms for more information. Champion Power Equipment, the right tools for the right job with a name and brand you can trust. As we will get things fixed on in once again here now, get things back underway here into their zones. The double file up start here. Give you guys one last look at how the scoreboard will be before the restart zone here. Get things fixed on by. Some hard runs and momentum key factors into this one, and still no one leaves the cone alone. Can you guys just leave the cone alone? I swear we're gonna have to get the temperature meter on here, and every time it goes up, you'll know what happens because I'm starting to lose my mind. What are we gonna call that? The Crusader temp? The rise of the Crusaders? I don't know. Like they just really want to get my blood boiling around here, but nevertheless, we're not going to get that done tonight. They're not going to have their way. No. Because tonight I made sure to have some Budweisers and a couple Bud Lights before I even hopped on the track tonight. So I made sure to relax up and have a little fun with this one. And right now, currently, the way things are going, it's been a solid run all the way through. And we are about ready to get things filled on by. So, folks, coming down out of turn 4 here, we're ready to get back underway here and really to work this way in here. They will field their drivers in and start to really work them through to the end zone here. Who will be the driver to watch on the start? Well, if you're going by the spots right now, Russell Fullbore, Kilgore, and Brindley Addington are those guys right now. And currently off the start, Brindley will have a little bit of a push under the hood there and get some power under the bye. Here we go, green flag flies. We are running low on laps. We're running low on time right now. And already Russell Fullbore, Kilgore going way up there. Lost a lot of ground there on that zone. Robert Wynn Jr. gets pushed into that zone as well, starting to build some power under the hood. Coming on down out of the back straightaway here. The 31 of the Budweisers, Trey Jackson. Trey Jackson right now starting to wheel and deal him. Make him work, making it stick. Trying to see if he can get some flight under that car. And I'm not saying like the way they've been seeing the airplanes fly around here today. I'm talking about that full power, full throttle on assault. He's got whipped up there coming out of turn 4 here. Some strong momentum there from Trey Jackson, who takes the race lead away. As the proverbial area of play, we know what's coming next. He'll come down around out of turn 1. Having to hold off there with the Russell Fullbore, Kilgore, and the 28 Hardy's machine. The Ford Mustang trying to hit him up, trying to give him some run. Every driver for themselves, everybody trying desperately just to survive and try to cling at everything. Really dig down deep inside and see if anything will stick around there. You got some movement in the back there and some drivers fixed on in. So a few of them have used up all their instant repairs up, and it seems to be working okay as the 51 there of Jason Taylor now moving him in, moving the field on by. You see Tim Duggar there on the inside zone there on that bottom stretch trying to find a little bit more run as the 3 wide salute initiates there. Robert Wynn goes into the outside wall, tries to stay off it. Borchell goes up to the high side. He's going 3 wide there. Remember last time, and it happened again there out of turn on the back stretch. Big problems there running ensuing. Can they save it? They managed to save it. Modiak gets a little bit looser in the corner, and he's not going to save it this time. He can't save it. It's spun around. Caution comes out, and I don't think we're going to have to go to the replay to check that one out. They called the caution because things were getting a little bit crazy there, a little hectic, and they didn't want them to get into too much trouble there. Holy cow almighty, folks. That was getting way all over the place there. That was getting kind of crazy, to say the least here. Well, the full bore Russ Kilgore right now is looking pretty solid out there and looking pretty good. Now that he started to get that thing fixed on in, really taking care of for himself. My question is, how long will that last for him and how will it play out? Well, I guess the only way to find out that for sure is to just go and ask him for himself. So, Russ, the full bore Kilgore, do you got the copy, buddy?
I do.
Hey, man, right now, after that restart, what a full throttle assault you had on that gun there. But you had a little bit of trouble there with the 31 there. Jackson fired away. I guess that's why he's Action Jackson now. What's going down there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm just hanging on. My palms are a little sweaty. But it's a lot of fun. We've got 40 laps to go. I still got to make one pit for fuel. But, no, it's fun. We're having fun up here now. I'm going to stay up here as long as I can.
For sure there. I mean, what was kind of the big thing that you were noticing all the way through when you're kind of running the back there and now dealing with the rest of the field there on that little backstretch there?
It's, man, if you're on the top line and you're tucked in there, man, that wall comes up on you quick. And any kind of little jerk on these wheels, these cars get really upset. And then on that inside line that you drop down below that yellow line just a touch, man, that just shoots that car up. And I think that's been the biggest issue, having that, and then people get all upset, and that's why we've had so many cautions tonight.
For sure there. Well, we do appreciate time talk with us here and kind of give us a little inside info on what's going on down there. It's been a solid run all the way through so far and some good battles, but nevertheless, you still got a race to finish out and some work to do. So good luck, man, and we'll see if it all hangs out there for you.
All right, I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Russ the full bore Kilgore there in the 28, trying to get something figured in his way here and trying to see if he can stick him by there a little bit. Daniel Starner now making his spot up into the zone. He's now coming back from the Truck Series, making a bit of an appearance here. And, of course, with that being said, we got to bring him in. So he's driving that 14 Alpes Depot big machine here. And Starner, right now, how are you been holding out there in that 14 tonight?
It's been pretty chaotic here, but trying to hold it as much as I can.
Yeah, besides,
Guys jumping.
I was about to say, besides the obvious of what 56 just did, there anything really been you keep noticing on your end with these guys tonight?
There's guys jumping around because I can't hold a line. Guys jumping around because they're trying to find a new line. I'm trying to do the same. It's kind of a bunch of chaos, but we're having fun and trying to make the most of it and see what we can get.
For sure there. Anything you want to say real quick before you get back underway for this run here on the zone?
If my dad's watching, just want to shoot him say hi. Hope you're enjoying it.
I haven't seen him in the chat, but if he messages up in here, I might send you a little screenshot of what's been going down there. So, but nevertheless, stay off your phone though when you're in the car, please. You know not to text and drive. Anyway, good luck out there. Daniel Starner there in the 14 machine, taking the time to talk with us here and having a little bit of fun as always here. Just always good class act, that cat right there. So. Fielding them on back around here. Everybody now wheeling and dealing them in. I don't think we've talked with Sheldon Pearson tonight. So, Sheldon, do you have the copy real quick?
10-4.
Hey, man, right now you've been working hard, working your way up into that field zone. But now you've got one big run coming your way in about 39 odd laps, 38 laps here to finish. What will be your key goal here on this race start?
I'm going to try to save as much fuel as I can and not have to pit. Try to hold my spot up here.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, man, we do appreciate your time to talk with us here and see if we can get this one on by, bud.
Yep, 10-4. Thanks, guys.
Absolutely. Sheldon Pearson taking the time to talk with us here. Oh, by the way, Dan, your dad just messaged in. He says he's watching. He's proud of you, buddy.
Hey, thank you for letting me know that.
No problem. We thought we'd give him a little word there. So, Papa Starner, we let him know, buddy. As we field them on around here, getting things ripped back on in here now. We'll field them in here. I guess it's a better time than anything to say. Thank you again to Cody Jenkins, William Bruce Mann Jr., Finn Robinson, Antonio Trezza, Brock Whitehead, Charles Whitehead, Austin Don Ho, Ronnie Christensen, Chantel Bottle, and Andre Vern Parson. I probably name a lot of you guys off, but thank you all for tuning on in tonight, for catching the action here with the Daytona Speedweek Cup race here. This is their major event here presented by Champion Power Equipment, and this has just been an absolute clinic of racing to say the least. But now, of course, we're starting to close in on laps, starting to gain some ground. This is where things could get a little more dicey and a little more out of control. We'll see if that is the case here on this restart zone as they will field them on by around. They'll have to work their magic in and start to get things fixed on in here as the green flag flies, which means we're back underway. Working them back on around here. Green flag is up and means we're back underway here. Once again, William Bruce Mann Jr. in that 29 starting to fire away on all cylinders here, trying to get some power under the hood. A little bit of some aggression back there. Kevin Kachar in the 91 Champion Power Equipment Ford Mustang now fielding it on around with some hard runs there. You thought he was a Boeing 737 because he is flying high right now. Oh, he works it in pretty hard. Sticks him on by there, fricking him in there. Working it on down around there, a little bit of some bumps, some troubles there, which means big problem there. Turn 3, whoa! The Murano James Harris upside down, flipping, cornering, off, up and over, big time, whoa, yellow, yellow. And Harris's night might have just came to an end there by that one. A huge wreck and a half sends him out and about, which then sends out our PTM Instant Replay. We got to take a look at this one, folks. Ouch, ouch, and ouch. That's all I'm going to say there before I even look at what the heck happened. Here is the PTM Instant Replay in all of its glory. Let's see what happened. You're coming down the back straightaway and see what happened here. 3 wide salute. Marauder goes for it. Gets into Adlington, and then bam! He gets right into Kevin Ward there in the 112, and just the car takes a tumble and a spin. And Harris knows he had to make a move and had to make it quick, but I don't think that's the move he wanted to make there. I think he was just a little too over the top on that, and it ended up costing him dearly. But as a driver, I know why he did it, and I know why he would make that move. I would have probably done the same thing if I saw the opening. It's the code of ethic. If you see the opening and you get the chance, you're going to miss 100% of the time, and you don't take that chance. So that was the reason why there, folks. And unfortunately, it sets him back a little bit of a way here, and we'll give him a little bit of problems here to kind of fix in here and get things taken care of once more. Guys, I'm going to say, I hate to say it, but I'm running out of guys to talk with here tonight, man. These guys just keep running hard, keep running quick, but I'm running out of folks to talk with here. By the time this is over with, I think I'm going to have to try to find a way to talk with some other folks here. Sydney Ann Taylor now joins us in, and Coney Jenkins looked a little net code on that one. Maybe, no, he was right there with him. It may have looked a little bit off on your screen, but on my end, I could see he got right in there, so. Well, nevertheless, here, I guess we'll go ahead and talk with one of the more aggressive drivers here tonight, and one of the guys that's been putting up a fight here. That's Richard Fornshell in the 90. And Richard, the Buffalo Wild Wings number 90 machine, I'm not sure what kind of spice you put into that car tonight, but it's definitely kicking pretty good there.
Yeah, I'm getting some good pushes, getting some, being able to push some too. It's I'm doing much better than I did last night, that's for sure.
For sure there. I mean, what will be the main thing though with the way things have been going here? Because I know you probably have already used that instant repair up. How long do you think you got before you really got to just start hammering away and charge back up to the front one more time?
I mean, I usually try to go about 15 to go. Figure that gives you enough time. But hopefully, you don't go too fast and end up taking everybody out.
For sure.
But yeah.
Well, Richard, man, looks like you got kind of things up in your grasp and up in your mindset here, so I won't keep you around too much longer. Good luck and see if you can finish this one out.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Richard Fornshell taking the time to talk with us here as we will back him on around, and right behind him here, I wouldn't be too aggressive, especially when you got someone that might be a little bit aggressive back at you. He's not afraid to throw some haymakers at you once in a while, so keep an eye out there for old Earnhardt Jr. He'll throw them at you when you least expect it, and we saw it earlier. He's a good one when it comes to defending. Another driver that's been good at giving, but maybe not so much taking. That's Jacob Givens there in the 20, and Jacob, you got the copy, bud?
Yes, sir.
Well, we're going to give you the spotlight here for a moment here. Currently, the Toyota Camry, number 20, has been having a pretty solid week when it comes to the racing here from Trucks and Xfinity, but the Cup seems like it's been toned down a bit. What's been going on down there, buddy?
Been hectic trying to get back up through here. Every time I start getting to run, heading back to the front, crash happens, and the lines are checking up. It's hard to make up any ground today.
For sure there. I mean, nevertheless, though, with everything that's been playing out, everything that's going down here, anything else you really have in mind or want to say to the fans and viewers here at PTM Racing TV?
No, it's been a blast, man. It's pretty cool to get to race with Dale Jr. and these guys. I've never had an opportunity to do that before, so I'm just enjoying the ride for that part of it, at least.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, Givens, thanks again for taking your time to talk with us here as you get ready to work them on in and finish this one out, buddy. Jacob Givens at Toyota Camry right now looking to field this one down into the zone, try to see if he's got something coming his way. Speed week is about to come to an end here, but not before we finish this one on by here and get some solid races and runs here this way down in fourth. Time starting to elapse, really starting to give away here to these guys and starting to change them up a little bit in positions. But there has not been one driver here, in my opinion, that has given up or taken away too much from themselves. They've all done the same thing, which is run hard and run good when you need to. And that's definitely been the case here. But nevertheless, we are just about ready to finish this one out and call it a day. But we still got some hard chargers coming your way here and some hard battles all the way through. And if you like what you see here, well, of course, you got to follow us up here on Facebook. Go over to our YouTube and subscribe there. We'll have this race in its entirety over there. Yes, you heard it. We're putting this one over on YouTube as well. Green flag flies. We're back underway here. It's go time for these drivers. Filing them on around, starting to jack them by here. Once more, the William Mann Jr. there in that 29 going straight to the outside zone there, while the 88 of Robert Wynn Jr. starting to build some out under the hood. But there's been problems there right in the back. Moniak's going for a ride, going for a spin. We've got problems there out of turn 1 and 2. I saw Moniak there out of turn 2 getting a little bit looser. I thought he might have got it squared away there, but this time was not to be. Moniak goes for the ride and goes for the tumble, goes for the spin. And unfortunately, that sets up another trip to the Shadow Realm and take a look at what the heck happened by inserting it into the PTM Instant Replay. So let's go ahead and see where that went wrong or what went down there. The PTM instant replay in all of its glory. Let's see what happened. Off the start, and right there, Earnhardt Jr. goes 3 wide salute there. Moniak backs off, tries to get out of that zone, gets into the trouble area, and then the field just kind of takes him for a ride there. And, well, that's kind of been the end of it there. All the guys giving a little bit of a hit or two, and unfortunately Moniak gets the raw end of that deal. Although you see Harris right on the outside, I don't know if he maybe just waved at him and said, "Yeah, I know what you're feeling there, dude." Can't tell sometimes anymore with these guys. These guys blast to watch and call with, but I'll tell you one thing: they're also a pain in the butt to deal when you talk with them. Sometimes they can be a little bit funny and clever, and then sometimes they just make you want to rip your hair out because they're so bad. They're just coming at you with all ends. But there are a bunch of great guys out here. They're awesome to say the least. Finn Robinson joins us on in all the way from across the pond. Finn, great to have you on board here, buddy. Cody Jenkins just hit a couple single file restarts. I don't know if they're going to do that around here. I think they're going to stick to the double file. The way things have been going, I think that's been kind of working. But I can definitely agree with you that sooner or later it might be time to really be thinking about doing single file restarts instead of letting them go at it as hard as they are on those starts. But you know, you gotta give credit where credit's due. At least they're giving it all they've got here and just kind of been playing in their zone all the way along. Well, we're about ready to finish out who we've been talking to in the chat all night, so let's go ahead and kind of finish it out. But right now, let's go ahead and take it down with Brandon Wallace there in the 99. And Brandon, the Monster Energy Beast has been kind of wheeling and dealing all day long here. I believe that's what you got in the car tonight. How you been feeling out there, though?
Doing pretty good, guys. Just trying to hang on.
For sure there. What's been kind of the thing for you that you've been trying to fight with when it comes to the runs in the zones here?
The bottom kind of checks up a little bit, but then the top comes in, and the top's slow at the beginning, and it picks up after you get a lap or two on it.
For sure there. I mean, one thing we've been kind of noticing too is those runs and all the momentum that's been carrying through. Motors have been getting a little bit hot under the collar there. Has your motor been getting hot at all tonight, or have you been kind of keeping it steady Eddie there?
I've been keeping it kind of cool, and a little bit of gap between the car in front of me. So, but it's fixing to get, 30 to go. It's going to get racy.
For sure there. Well, we appreciate your time talking with us here, Brandon. We'll see how it all comes down to the end for you.
All right, nice.
Brandon Wallace there in that 99 machine currently dealing with his car, dealing with the stuff going down here right now, and I believe that just ended the guys that we could talk with here tonight. So, yeah, at least we can say we got through a whole race talking with everybody in the chat. So now I got you guys in the comments though, so at least I have someone to talk to here. John Herbert Dillinger now joins us in here. Great to have you on board here. Cody Jenkins, TJ's. I'm not saying that. Y'all have fun in the comment section. Are they running fixed setups, Cody Jenkins? Believe they are. I have no idea. I think there's only one way to ask. Let's go find out from the madman himself. Hey, Eli, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, real quick, chat wants to know, is this fixed setups or is this open? I'm pretty sure this is fixed, ain't it?
Yes, sir. Fixed all the way.
You hear that comment section? That's what you needed to hear. So, hey, Eli, thanks for taking time to talk with us here.
No problem, man.
The mad scientist taking the time to chat with us here and let you guys know what's going down there. Laps winding down, time starting to go away. Not a lot of time to be making any more mistakes around here, especially the way things have been settled in here. Laps will wind down, times will start to really clamor in, and now it's just a matter of survival here for these drivers and all of them trying to find their grip and find their run here and find them on by. John, yep, we know, buddy. I was told of that literally about a couple hours ago when we went through our research here. So don't worry, we got you, buddy. So yeah, this is John Bawaldo, folks. Just a heads up, but Ben Robinson, 3:30 a.m. currently where I'm at. Well, that's better. That's a lot later than the time that I know some folks right now are dealing with. So props to you for staying up right now, and props to you for dealing with that. Although I gotta believe at your age, you probably got a lot more kick and energy than I do even, so I'll give you that. But nevertheless, folks, so come on down around at turn 3, down in turn 4. We have cleared the halfway point. We are now about to clear the 3/4 of the way. this race in its entirety has been a long, hard haul for many. It's been a solid battle for most. And folks, make no bones about it, this has been a solid run to say the least here for these drivers, and it's just going to keep getting even more fast and furious as the green flag flies once again. Jackson off the restart gets a big boost off that zone. He'll wheel him, deal him in right now as the field bites him on by Jason Taylor there in the 51 Cheetos machine, giving some serious props and runs there. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is a throwback to Herbie Fully Loaded. Somebody correct me in the comments section. I dare you. Running him on back down out of turn 2 here down the back straightaway here at field. Works him into a solid run and a half there. The 52, a triple tray. You know the man comes to play. Whitehead looking to field him in, trying to get some runs there. Junior gets a little bit of a push there from Whitehead. Trey backs off. Gibbons opens the door. Junior straight down low. Moves in outside around in the 90 of Fornshell. Fornshell opened the door up big time there. Now making some charges up to the front. These guys right now doing everything they can just to kind of stay in the zone and stay in the area of play. Running them back on in, right on by here. This is breaking the trail to the moment here, trying to fight them on down here. What's swell? Some solid moments, some solid racing through here down and about. The 89 of Robert Wynn Jr. though has for the first time tonight, and I think for the very first time on PTM Racing TV, has become the new leader. And as I say that, Kevin Kochar says, hey, wait a minute, I heard you, Crusader, so let me take over the race lead. Kochar now to the outside line, now fields him back in, trying to make a big run there into the outside line, looking for a zone. Trying to stay in that area, trying to stay in the line of play right now. The field will work him on back in. John, the attacker of Cone Sacker right now, trying to hang in there while the 91 of Kevin Kochar to the inside zone, trying to build him back on the by. The 88 now, Robert Wynn Jr. starting to build some momentum back again, trying desperately to stay in that corner zone into the runs. The 8 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. now starting to field as we work. Wait a minute, caution, caution. Yellow flags out. We've got problems on turn 2, bigger problems yet again. Harris, Wallace involved in that one. And it looks like Robert Wynn Sr. gets into there as well. A little tangle up in that. Britt Brindley Addington as well in there. I can see there. So we're going to have to call the caution once more. Woo, boy, this is just getting all over the place here tonight. But nevertheless, the show goes on, which means producers, get to work, please. They've been busy all day today, haven't they, folks? Well, let's see what happened here on the restart on this replay here. Of course, we got the PTM Instant Replay in all of its glory, being put to work, being put to good use tonight, and thank God it is, because currently, right now, the way things have been, it's been crazy to say the least. Harris there, you saw almost 3 white salutes there on the bottom of the yellow. Don't do that now in Talladega a couple of months ago. Running it back on in right now, back him on by, and you see Brandon Wallace there. Looks like he gets into the wall protection there. And, oh, man. Some guys spinning around, some playing spin the bottle, 3 side by side there. I've never seen a 3 wide salute there. Was playing spin the bottle. That is a new one, to say the least here, folks. Let's go back to the replay and find out if we can see for sure on our end how it all went down there for Wallace. So moves him on around. Oh, a little bit of a bump there from the 36, and that gets TJ Majors, and then Majors is going to go to the right here, and you can see everyone else taking to a spin-off dance-off, if you will, out of turn 2. Nowhere to go for these guys and nowhere to get out of, and unfortunately sets them back a little bit, and that will set the tone back up for these drivers now to field them on by here. So we'll see how things play out here. Laps are starting to wind down here. So field works them back in. John Buwalda saying, this interactive racing is awesome. I watched you guys call our race last night as well. Thanks for tuning on in and seeing that, man. Appreciate that. You American guys have put me in an American sleeping pattern. This is the new normal for me now. Finn, I'm sorry, but us Americans, we don't really play by the rules too often. If you haven't figured that one out, but sorry. Cody Jenkins, I like how you're interacting with the chat. Well done, sir. I appreciate it. We always got to chat with you guys, have a little fun. This is That's the one thing I love about this broadcasting business in the iRacing series is that there's a great community of drivers in the iRacing series and community that I frankly could never imagine, you know, the way I've gone, the way I've been without you guys. So, you know, that's why I try to put as much heart and soul into this broadcast as much as we can. And that's why PTM Racing TV was developed and created. It was because you guys were asking for that demand. You were asking for what could be done. And frankly, if it weren't for you guys, we wouldn't even been here. So that's why we always try to take time to talk with you guys and chat away. Because if it weren't for you, we wouldn't be here. We love you guys. So we do appreciate it right now. Cody Jenkins, how do you follow? Simply on PTM Racing TV page, press the like button, and you will like and follow us up here and catch all the action when we go live. We don't just do the asphalt stuff. If you know me, I'm a dirt boy. When I see dirt, and I'll be seeing dirt tomorrow night from Blood Eagle Racing, right after, of course, the season opener for Pedal to Metal Racing League Super Late Model Division here at where else but Daytona International Speedway. You guys got to catch it out here, man. It's awesome to say the least. James Mandarin saying, let's go Dale Jr. Yes, indeed, my friend. He's still on the hunt. He's still in there. Joey Jenkins, love watching it. This is entertaining. This guy's got a magnificent sounding voice. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the kind words. Rock Whitehead, yeah, he's really good at what he does. He always does a good job calling race. But you guys, oh, man. I just got to stop reading that stuff. It really does warm my heart. Thanks again, guys. Oh yeah, you watched Eldora earlier. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. I was actually in that race. If you saw my name, I was on the track. I tried not to make it too obvious though, but it was fun. But yeah, right now, guys, we're gonna get him on down out of turn 2. Wait, no. Oh, for crying out loud, Thacker! Would you leave that cone alone? You're driving me insane with that thing, man. Seriously. Ugh. This cat right here, man. I swear. Producers, get to work. You know what I want. Put it up. Thank you. Yep. He may be from the great state of Texas, but he's from the great state of the pain in my butt because he keeps taking that cone out and making it feel sorry for it. That he doesn't realize the thing has a soul, for crying out loud. Let the cone be its own thing. All right, we're going to field him back around out of turn 3, down in turn 4 here, folks. We are still in a hot pursuit, in a hot battle here. This has been some solid racing, some solid battles all the way today. And we're not even done yet. We are still got some racing left, man. It's like the Christmas that keeps on giving. This has just been insane. It's awesome to say the least. But now, here we go. The Daytona 250 presented by Champion Power Equipment. Still has some laps to finish, which means we need to get back down to it. Here we go on the front stretch. The field will work them in. The field will come on by and lay down the lumber, lay down the throttle, and lay down the hauler. They will field them on around here in a solid battle of persisting through. Continuing to corner off in their area. Play here starting to field them back around yet again down out of turn 2. Solid runs coming from these guys early on. Solid battles to say the least there. No one giving an inch. The 56 is John the Attacker. Thacker trying to stay in there. Sam Duggar now moves his way back in. He's from the outhouse. He went from the shadow realm and now vanquished all the evil that is amongst himself and moved up to the front now trying to stay in there. Side by side, they take him down out of turn 4. Just over 20 laps left remaining in this one here. There's not a lot of time to be making mistakes around here, especially when you're thinking about pulling up 3 wide, so like Jackson does on the outside. 3 wide for the race lead. Jackson goes high. He swings it in there, makes it work, makes it stick. William Van Falls pursued. Reed falls behind. Junior gets in the back. Dale Jr. now moves around the outside, making a big charge to the front as they crash. They crashed out of turn 2. Dad, they get involved. Look out, look out, look out. Oh my goodness, big crash collision course there out of turn 2 and sends them for the ride here. My, that was a huge wreck and a half there. Big problems there. Caution comes out. Oh my goodness, folks. Wow, what on earth happened there? What went down there? We're going to have to go to the PTM Racing replay once again and check this one out, folks. That was a hard lick and a half there for these guys. And they know it. We're going to have to see what happened here. There was a bit of an overwhelming development there in that situation. And, of course, when that happens, that just sets everybody in motion for the wreck. So let's go ahead and take a look here and see what went down there coming down out of turn 2. Well, you can see right here the 3 wide salutes initiated. These guys are just running their race in. So where did everything go wrong here? Well, you see Robert Wynn Jr. goes in there, kind of pushing his way through. 3 wide, 3 wide, 3 there. There's just not enough room to be doing that with the way that's set up. And Stephen Clegg there just gets into the wall protection, gets in there, crashes the whole field on by, and then all of a sudden the madness starts up, and that's when everything kind of came in there. Let's get another look at it from another angle here, get it from a higher perspective here and see what we saw there on that zone. This is going to be a much better camera angle here for you fans at home here. Take a look at this from the high end. This is the blimp cam we have on display here in all of its glory. This is where everything went completely wrong there. Coming out, crashed in. Jantic Fornshell, Whitehead. Saw him get taken care of there, as well as Jonathan Diamond. Stephen Clegg managing to get out of that one pretty cleanly, actually, considering he actually got stuck into that wreck there. That will field him on by here and get things taken care of once again. And now times are lapsing away. Times are going away here for these guys. There's some serious runs and a half here from these drivers and some times left to come by. And Kevin Kachar on that 91 Champion Power Equipment machine is now going to take over the race lead. And possibly take it over for himself and take something to the end here. We'll see if he's able to keep it on by, keep the momentum going here with the final laps just under 20 to start when we get to the next restart zone here, folks. Thacker right now currently just, I think he's getting to the producers' heads right now too. I think the producers know I'm just jabbing them right now. I know they're 6 feet apart, but I got a 6 foot long cane that I'm currently poking away at their sides, telling them to tell him to knock it off out there. But you know what am I gonna do? No one ever listens to me. When does everyone ever listen to the Crusader? Sean Shriver now joins on in. Great to have you on board, Sean. Brock Whitehead. Why did I say Brockhead? Cody Jenkins as well. Everyone's saying no, LOL. John Bawalda. I hope I said your name right, man. I swear. I swear I'm not trying to mess up your name already. I always do that. Saying I'll bet anyone $1 he takes the cone out. Any takers? Everyone in the chat, no. That's pretty funny. Hey, Charles saying you get to call mine and Brock's first race come tomorrow night. I will have the call there for sure. Actually, it'll be on Friday morning. Actually, you'll hear me have that call. We're a little bit busy on that on the night one there, but we will definitely get to see it there. I hope the studio right now is okay with the way things have been. I know we've been kind of loud up here, so I do apologize in advance to the neighbors across me from the deck here, about 6 feet apart. As we'll field them on around, though, don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. We got to cut to a quick commercial message right as we get ready to start them back up. Well, tonight's Champion Power Equipment Daytona 250, so the Speedweek Cup race, has been brought to you apart by, of course, Champion Power Equipment. When you guys need the right tools for the right job, there's no better way to do it than with Champion Power Equipment, the brand and name you can trust all day long. Be sure to visit at their website on championpowerequipment.com and visit them up also on their social media platforms for more information. As our field will work them on by around here once more. You see that flagman holds that yellow flag high in the air. He is looking for these drivers to line back up, line back into position, and field this one on down and really hit it hard here. Some solid battles all the way through and some solid racing down to the end. Also, just a heads up, if you guys see in the chat there as well, if you guys like what you see and want to help support up the show, be sure to visit up our website and catch on PTM Racing TV. teespring.com/store/PTM Racing to catch all your stuff there and have at it there. And Finn Robinson, just to answer your question, yes, don't worry. Come Friday night, man, I gotcha. They'll field them on around out on turn 4 here, and these drivers are all going to work and wheel and deal their way in. Kirchar will move the inside zone and field them by here. Some heavy hitters right behind all of them. Top tier names on the list. Top tier guys ready to field them back. Lights come back on. 20 some odd laps to go. Now we're ready to back them in and finish this one. 19 laps left is the full counter here. They will fight their way in on the end zone. William Mann Jr. in the 29 works him in hard as he can there on the inside zone. Right back on the outside there is Duggar. Tim Duggar in that 31 machine trying to build up power under the hood, trying to sway him in here, trying to get something going for themselves. Jason Taylor there as well, kind of whack him on by here, fighting him on down around here. Dale Earnhardt Jr., that number 8 now going side by side with his dad's all right, the number 3 Wrangler of Matthew Moniak there, kind of fielded in there, but there's problems around the first shot, turn 4. Oh! Big problems and huge damage on it again. You gotta be kidding me. Are you kidding me, guys? Come on. The damage might have all been done for these guys, and some of them sent to the outhouse, and some of them sent to the shadow realm. And some of them, unfortunately, are going to have their night come to a sudden halt and an end because of that wreck right there. The yellow flag is out, and unfortunately, that will send out the PTM instant replay once again here. Find out if you can see what happened there, what went wrong there exactly for these guys. There was some hard licks and some runs there, unfortunately getting themselves into trouble there, and we'll see what exactly happened here on this restart. Let's go ahead and take a look. They're going to come down the back straightaway here, folks, and then watch here. This is where everything kind of plays out and everything kind of sets up for this moment. We're going to go to the blimp cam here and see what went wrong, what went right. And John the Attacker Thacker gets a big bump in our left on the right. And Duggar goes in, just kind of squeezes his way in. That's not a spot he was supposed to put it in. And you can see right there the whole field after that just kind of gets tagged in there. And there was nowhere to go for anybody. Absolutely no chance for anyone to make a move there. And that just kind of set the whole field into a bit of a panic and into a shootout there. And a tough break for some drivers to end their night right there. But now that will leeway him back in here and see how it all plays out here currently. Right now though, laps are ticking away. Time is going away here, and some guys have had to go into pit road to try to get things fixed on by and try to get things taken care of there for themselves. But those repairs are definitely used up and gone. And there's not a lot of moves they can make left here. What a race and what a battle it has been for these guys. What a show it has been all the way through. Just been an insane amount of battles and areas here. It's just been crazy to say the least here. But nevertheless, folks, you know, the way things are going here, the way things are playing out, we are still trying to finish this one on by, trying to get things fixed on in for this one. Times are clicking away here. Times are going away for these drivers and all that. And currently, it's just been an absolute warhead of insanity and craziness here, to say the least. The racing has been good when it got good, but unfortunately, as we've noted before, they're having a few times where they've just gotten a little too aggressive, a little too hard on the throttle, and this problem's kind of came in here. But nevertheless here, they will fight their way in and do what they can to try to somewhat resemble this race here to finish it out. With laps winding down, though, we might end up having a green-white checkered here, and if that's the case, oh boy. If I was anything right now, I'd be kind of worried about that. Because we saw what happened last time on a green-white checkered. It ended up going to a bit of craziness there on the Truck Series, which gave Trey Jackson his first win ever on the show. And then, of course, then right before the next race, you heard Robert the Mullen Man Lawrence say he was just ready to kind of work his way in and try to survive that one as well, and ended up doing just that as well. But man, it's just been a crazy hectic night for these guys, and everybody fielding them on by, ready to back them on down in. All right, folks, they will break them back by here once again here, and now they will field them on down around. This is where things get interesting. It's been a crazy race. It's been a crazy battle for some. And it's been a picture of insanity for others. So now as they come on around on the back straightaway here, we'll see how this one plays out, how everything will come on down here once again with the field and its full presentation and all that. Who wants it more, and who will be able to outlet and outlast this one? Jackson, Kirchar, Parker, Pearson, Whitehead, Diamond, Moniak, Duggar, Childs, and Taylor are all in the hunt. They're all searching for that one extra little oomph, that one extra little boost that they need to try to get this one to their advantage in their safe zone. Field will work them on around here, down out of turn 4 here, and this time around we're going back to green flag racing. Field backs by, running through corners on the zone. Time is starting to run out for a lot of them, and time's starting to give up away even more. Who wants it more? Who wants to take home the Daytona 250 presented by Champion Power Equipment? We'll find out here as they field them back around here. You see that green flag flying high, lights flying, and that means the cars are back on it. Full throttle assault is the name in the game, and it's the word you hear a lot around here, because on PTM Racing TV, you're going to see a lot of that and putting some pedal to the metal action. They field them back on around down out of turn 2. Here's some solid runs and a half there as they field it back into the zone. Runs coming from every which way to Sunday in every direction you can imagine here. Everybody's still in the hot pursuit here, trying to hit them up by Triple Trey. Came to play Whitehead on the outside now, trying to hang in there. That's Trey Action Jackson there in the 31 now. Fields it in pretty hard there. The Budweiser machine trying to kill him in, trying to get some momentum there. Kevin Kachar on that 91 Champion Power Equipment machine desperately just trying to finally get back to victory lane. He hasn't been there in quite some time, but he's trying to do all he can to defend off and run his lines in. Fielding it back in around down on the front straightaway down turn 1. They'll swing them in. Side by side they go for the race lead here, and Jackson maybe thinking take it to the outside for a 3-wide salute. I'm not so sure I'd be doing that just yet there, my friend. I'd be kind of waiting a little bit and taking your time with this. You see the field kind of cornering off into their zones, kind of fielding them on by, staying in everything they can to all of them, trying desperately just to stay in that zone. As they come on around out of turn 4! Whoa! Oh, you've got to be kidding me here tonight. Another big wreck, unfortunately. Jonathan Diamond takes a ride and a half there and gets spun in, and unfortunately, big problems there for the Diamondback. Diamond gets runned in hard and gets sent in. And that 9-carat diamond just turned into a 9-carat piece of machinery he's got to fix up right about now. Well, let's go to the replay and find out what the heck happened there. As usual here, the PTM Instant Replay will show all the glory of what the heck happened on these restarts. Here it is in your full view here, coming down out of turn 3, down turn 4. Coming from this angle, looks like a little bit of a push and a little hit there. Boy, wasn't that a camera angle. Can't quite tell from that angle what it went wrong, but we do know that Diamond got spun there. We could see that from that angle there, but other than that, I can't really tell what went wrong exactly. Here is another look at it. Oh, Jason Taylor there. A little bit of a bump and a little run, and sends them both for a ride and ends up getting them into bigger trouble. Front end takes a lick, cars take the damage, and that has to bring out the PTM Instant Replay and try to get things situated on in for this one. Phil will rack them back yet again here, and currently the way things have been, it's just been all over the place. It's been crazy. It's been nuts to say the least here. But we still have a show to cover, and we still have time left in the zone. And to those that still have tuned in with us and watching with us, again, thank you so much for tuning on in. Cody Jenkins, anyone from Canada in the chat? We had one person that's from Canada in the chat, but currently they had to call it a night. Rock Whitehead, they should only have one, is what they were saying earlier. That's what I was thinking too. I'm trying to figure out how the heck are these guys getting so much crazy. The way we were taught from the producers and everything here, we were told they were only allowed one, but it seems as though they may have at least 2 or 3 in their pockets, because that seems to be what they've been doing all night long. So our drivers will now rack, stack, and all that and charge away here once more. Some solid runs and some solid battles all the way through for these guys, but it's now starting to come to a close, and things are getting a little bit crazier and crazier out here. So much at stake for these drivers, so much on the line. Of course, some top tier names and big names here, all kind of tatted in here, kind of talking in as well. You see some of the guys unfortunately popped in, and some of them obviously kind of taken out here, taken out of the race because the damage done on them. So now they'll have to double file them back up into this restart zone. We still have a race to finish up here, folks. And again, if you missed the action here on Facebook, don't worry, we have you covered. We're going to put this up on YouTube as well, so you can catch all the action in its entirety after this one. You'll have it up in 720p and all that resolution, although I've been told as of late it's kind of more 480p, but I promise you it looks the same as it does here on Facebook, so no worries there. Right now, everyone will line it back in and get their taken on in. Cody Jenkins, no, they didn't give him unlimited, I can tell you that much right now. Because there would have been a few folks that would have stayed out there right about now and just kind of kept their run in. I don't think they have unlimited repairs there. They will field them on around. Drew Parker and Kevin Kachar will be the front runners for this one. They will lead the position in and field them on around for this one. So much at stake. This being the biggest and the final race, of course, of the Daytona Speedweek Series. This one means a lot to these guys. This one is setting the tone and setting the pace for a lot of drivers and a lot of people out there. There is no gimmies around here. There's nothing to lose. The Daytona 250 presented by PTM Power Equipment is on the line here. They need to get something figured in a little bit more for themselves here on this restart. Which driver will get it set up this time around, and which one will get it fielded back in the way they need to. Running it back in, waiting for the lights. The green flag flies. Flagman flies it high. We're back underway. And the lights now flickering away, which means with the green now coming out, 10 laps remain. If you wanted aggressive driving, I think you're about to get more than your fair share of it on this one. But if they get into another wreck, you're going to be inching closer and closer to a green-white checkered finish as Matthew Moniak there. And then number 3, Goodwrench Service. That Wrangler, number 3, Chevrolet, moving the field on by. I was going to say the Goodwrench Service Plus because that's what I'm usually saying when I hear the number 3 around here. Not to be that. Harding's number 23 as well. Drew Parker kind of clamoring in, trying to field his own in, taking him on by, hitting a hard run. Moniak there side by side in a strong battle, I'll say, laced here, picking him on by once again down the front straightaway. Some solid racing here coming down the corner zone. They field him on by once again here. Triple Trey came to play Whitehead in the inside zone, trying to build some power in the hood. Staying side in there, right into the bout. They will fight them in, chalking it down their corner zone once more here. Fields them back in. The number 3 there of Moniak trying to hang with them. But Whitehead's got the run there on the inside, trying to reclaim some glory. And then the back up to victory lane. He has not been there in quite some time. Side by side, they take it down on the back straightaway to a 3-wide salute. Whitehead's the meat of the sandwich. Moniak decides to take it up. I try to see if he's got something there. They're going to be a little bit of a tight squeeze up there. Oh, no, 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 no! Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. Whitehead gets into the squeeze. Moniak puts the 3-wide salute at bay and gets these guys wrapped up in a big wreck. And caution comes out, and I guarantee we're going to be down to about the final 5 laps after that one. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Golly almighty. God, man, you got to be kidding me around here. Well, producers, go to work before I lose my voice and I lose my mind right now. Please, thank you. Nothing against... Not saying any, I guess there is unlimited repairs out there because I just saw Whitehead just completely come out of there like nothing. I know he's used up quite a few. Might be why these guys are being a little bit aggressive out there, but here's the replay in all of its entirety. So you see Moniak kind of send it into the 3-wide salute, and then the field, well, You probably guess what happens next there. True Parker, oh man, he goes for a spin there. He got hit hard there. See all the damage done to these guys, all the power and all that momentum that took them out. Definitely set them back a little bit in position and set them back on the runs here, as that will now situate them through for this next part of the run here. We'll see what will happen and what will be the cause here. Times are going away here, and times are starting to really fall back on these guys. They are just desperately trying to take care of things here and try to get themselves fixed on in for this one to the finish. And with only about 7 to, will be about 5 or 4 laps here on the restart, you got to wonder at home to yourself, what is it going to take for these guys to finish them out and finish this one on by? Because there's just been so much going down here, so much being happening. It's just been crazy to say the least here. So now, whew, kind of crazy out here, guys. I know I still got folks in the comment section still hanging in there with me. Yeah, Whitehead, yeah, he did. Brock Trey used another one. Talk to Eli about them fast repairs. I'll talk with him later. I think right now he's just currently just trying to finish this one out and work with these guys here. I think that's his main thing right now. So much on the line, so much at stake. Rodney Christensen joining us in as well here. Great to have everybody still on board here with us and everyone still tuned in with us. Really does mean a lot to us, guys. Thank you again for everything. But now we still have a little bit of work to do and still some time to finish this one out. And judging by the way things are going to go here, looks like they're going to double file them up on the restart now. What a race, what a day it has been, and right now we're just still ready to finish this one on by and get things taken care of here. It's been crazy to say the least, how things have gone, how things have been here, and we are ready to finish this one out. Will it be a green to the end? We'll figure out here in a little bit, because this right now has been an absolute barn burner of racing and barn burner of battles. Do not go anywhere, folks. We are not done yet. You've got 5 hard charges right now. Kershaw up by 18. Harris up by 10. Pearson by 25. Moniak to 21. And Kilgore by 18. You want to talk about hard Charger City? These guys have put that in perspective and put that one down into the field here. It's been crazy to say the least here. Melting them on around, waiting for the green flag. Lights come on. We're back underway. It's all right out of the gate here on the start here. Once more, we're down. Final 5 laps. Flagman had that 5-5 in the air. When he's waving that flag around, he's letting these guys know you better keep things clear and clean because we're coming to the end. Moving the chains on by, moving them on back out of turn 2 here. Starting to field them in a little bit more here. Moniak now down. Starting to get a little bit of a push there from Janie Kanjanzik. Does Kenny Pham trying to reclaim what he did the first time we ever showed these guys on PTM Racing TV, and that was win here at Daytona. He's got a solid run there, moving him into the inside zone. The Murata James Harris there kind of playing the middle zone. Target in. He's got to be careful about that because something like that could happen. Oh! Flips on around, goes for the right, gets crashed on in. Caution is out. Caution is out. And Harris goes for the tumble and the spin, and sad to say that is not going to get the job done here tonight. And I think he's only down to one. I think he's down to only a few laps left. He's even going to have a chance at trying to get this one through. So, well, let's not cut the cake, cut the keys a little too much here. Let's go ahead and just get down to business and get the replay up and see what happened exactly. Just overdrove it, and you can see from the camera angle here. Watch from the blimp side here. Let's see what happens there. Coming down out of turn 4. Just overdrove it in and got a little too quick there. Sheldon Pearson gets spun on by, and that wreck looked a lot similar to kind of how Carl Edwards was a while back there with the way he was tumbling and flipping. I remember distinctly watching that on camera when it was live on the show on TV, and I remember seeing that live there, but the difference is he didn't go into the fence, thankfully. Still, though, damage has been done. Damage has been fielded in. That's crazy to say at least how things went by there. Tough break there for the Marauder. I know he wanted this one badly. He was desperate to try to reclaim some of that glory he had from his season race and all that, but tonight was just not his night, man. Well, folks, if you're watching this in the chat or you're watching from the replay here, it's great to have you on board. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then thank you again for tuning in, and hope you subscribe there and catch all our action. We will, again, to the folks on Facebook right now that are watching live, we will have it all. We'll have the replay, of course, on YouTube here in its entirety. So if you wanted to watch it there on the go instead of having to watch it on Facebook, we'll make sure that is taken care of there for you. We do appreciate everybody for tuning on in and helping us out, get these things on the show, and if you get it, as we work them through to the end here. Speed week is about to come to an end here. We've just got a few more laps left. And not a lot of ground and time to lose here, and nothing left to give out here. Cody Jenkins, yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now. Thomas Whitehead, sure they're just drinking water tonight while they're racing. Oh, very funny. I'm about to say I'm not drinking water. I've got a can of Busch Light and a Budweiser and a Bud Light right beside me here. That's I ain't ashamed. I'm not gonna get drunk, but I'm gonna definitely be a little relaxed when I'm calling the race here tonight. I gotta have a little fun calling it too, don't I? But nevertheless, man. Final laps, closing in, final times, and oh man, this has been insane. Brock Whitehead, oh yeah, that's right, Brock Whitehead. I forgot about that. Yeah, Ryan Newman, you kind of wrecked right in that same spot where Harris did. I was kind of trying to figure out where that kind of looked very similar to it. Now that I think about it, that was actually a lot more than I thought. Cody Jenkins, Busch Light, my man. Cheers, bud. Yes, sir. When you're in Iowa country, our favorite Halloween candy will always be the classic Busch. So we must stick with our traditions, my friend. But anyway, let's get things fixed on in. The green-white checkered is now set. The stage is set to finish this one out and come to an end. What will become of our drivers? What will become of this race here tonight? There is not a lot of time to be making any more mistakes. There's not a lot of time to be doing anything too crazy. But at the same time, how are you going to win if you don't? Oh, so that's why I was late. Yeah, very funny. No, I wasn't late. I was late because we had to get we were trying to get the stream up and running as quick as possible. But unfortunately, as you see here, we've had some video errors and audio errors tonight because unfortunately there's so many cars and so much going on the track that we weren't able to properly load everything in. So come tomorrow night, we'll have to encrypt some things in there and fix some streams up here and make sure it works in the live stream. But we do appreciate you guys for not mentioning anything about that. This is it. Green, white, checkered for the Daytona Speedweek Cup race. The Daytona 250, of course, presented by Champion Power Equipment. This restart tells the tale. It tells all, and it shows all the way to be, the place to come. Folks, the green flag is flying out with only 2 laps to go. And Moniak, right off the start, just gunned it in, trying to make one last move. It looks like they're going to have the white flag come out now. They need to finish this one out. They need to do it in a hurry. And there's a little bit of problems there for Craig Zanny. Jansen get put up to the wall protection. Now back him on down around out of turn 2 here. Moniak tries to get one last big full throttle assault in. They got one chance to make their way up to the front, try to hang him on by and try to steal this one in. Russ the full bore. Kilgore makes a big move there. We got problems there on the back straightaway there. Crashing in. Big wreck right behind the race leaders. Huge wreck, huge wreck. But the race leaders are still coming to the end. They're coming on down out of turn 4 here. One last little drop zone in there. They're coming to the line. Coming down to the finish here. Kachar has the race lead. And he's going to take the race win of the night. But the wreck right behind him. TJ Majors gets second. Third will go to Russ the Fullmore Kilgore. What a finish. Woo! Holy cow almighty, you can't ask for anything better than that, and all the runs and all the craziness that comes with it. What on earth that happens there, to say the least. Huge wrecks in behind them. But tonight, at long last, returning to victory lane after quite a hiatus there, and a little bit of a bump and run there from the 20 of Jacob Givens. You know he's taking him to the grass. He opened up his own lawn care service down there. But make no bones about it, folks. There is a winner. There is a champion. And Kevin Kachar in the Champion Power Equipment number 91 is that champion. He is your race winner here tonight. Taking it all the way to the end against some of the toughest competitors, some of the greatest competitors that have ever laced the shoes up, put on the fire suit, and taken to the tracks. TJ Majors pulled on a heck of a fight there and put on a show. Dale Earnhardt Jr. was extremely grateful to have him on the show and have him by. Great. If you ever hear this, Dale, thank you again for giving these guys a really good run and a good show here. That was some great stuff, man. And everyone else as well around here. Tim Duggar, there was a new guy kind of working his way in pretty hard. Moniak was obviously fighting to the end. Kilgore gave it all he had, and Janzik was doing his usual. Snyder was really in that hunt as well for the whole race, but just wasn't quite there enough. But make no bones about it, folks. There was an obvious winner here tonight. Kevin Kachar deserved to hold off to that one and win that one to the end. Now, at long last, I think my voice can take a settle because I think we can finally talk with some of our guys here tonight. So let's go ahead and take it down to pit road and then head to victory lane here as we talk with our race winners here. Third place going to Russ the full bore Kilgore. And Russ, talk me through this one, man. This was just insane all the way through.
Yeah, I don't really know how I ended up where I did. I just kind of avoided the last couple wrecks and kind of came across that one sideways for a P3. It's been a long night. It's not gonna lie, I'm kind of glad this one's over.
I'd say it seemed like it was a long night. It's over 2 hours of streaming we've had to do for you guys here tonight, and it was crazy. Usually we're used to doing only about an hour and a half at most, but now y'all went for a full 2 hours of just complete nonstop hard racing chaos. I've got to imagine though your car is definitely slipping away there as well there when you were in that last bit.
Yeah, it was. Like I say, Craig and I were kind of avoiding those last wrecks, and we kind of said, let's go. And I said, hey, we're sitting, 3-4 on this restart, and Moniak kind of dropped down in front of me, kind of ruined my plan a little bit, and tried to go outside. Nobody really came with me, and just kind of tried to come back down. I think TJ, I kind of came down on him a little bit and caused a little chaos, but it's par for the course the way the night went. So.
Definitely for sure there, but at the end of the day, Russ still managed to escape the carnage and escape the chaos. You managed to take it home in a third place finish. So who do you want to say here tonight, or who do you want to thank you for this one here, man?
Yeah, hey, thanks for Kevin for bringing the big guys out today. That was a lot of fun running with them, and Green Mountain Grills, Champion Power Equipment, Rod Baker Ford, my employer, And iRacing, this stuff is a blast. It's the first year I've done it, and man, I'm having a lot of fun.
For sure there. We'd appreciate coming on by here, taking the time to talk with us. Congratulations on that third place finish here against some of the greats, man. Well deserved.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your third place finisher here tonight, Russ the Full Bore Kilgore, coming home with a second place finish and a strong battle all the way through. TJ Mangers, I believe, is not with us in the chat, so we're going to go ahead and give him the second place title card, and then we'll take it down to our race winner here. TJ, if you do see this though, bud, congratulations on your second place finish here tonight, man. Strong racing and battles all the way through. Definitely put up a fight all the way through. Congratulations on that, sir. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to wrap this one up, the man himself, Kevin Kirchar, takes it home and takes it to the end. And it looks like he is not going to be talking with us here tonight, so we will go ahead and give him the title card as well. But Kevin, congratulations on your race win, man. Long overdue and long time coming for yourself here. And then, of course, this meant a lot to you, I know, with the Daytona 250 presented by Champion Power Equipment. This was one you were hoping for all the way through. So for all that, congratulations, and thank you again for helping us get the call out here and get things fixed on in for you guys. This was a tremendous race all the way through. And now, at long last, folks, let's go ahead and take a look at it. Final results are coming in here for the Daytona 250. Here it is, presented by Champion Power Equipment. Rick Kirchar takes it home. Major second. Third goes to Kilgore. Fourth to Janzik. Fifth to Givens. Sixth to Snyder. Seventh to Diamond. Eighth to Moniak. Ninth to Young. 10th to Clegg. 11th to Wynn Jr. 12th to Wallace. 13th to Taylor. 14th to Mann Jr. 15th to Drew Parker. 16th to Fornshell. 17th to Duggar. 18th to John Fix. And I believe we can see the rest of the field as well. We'll move on down the scroll here a little too. See if we can take a look at the rest of the field here and get things. No, I guess we can't. Yeah, we can. There we go. Now we're starting to get things fixed in. We're still having troubles with that standings bar for some reason, but nevertheless, here's the rest of our drivers here tonight, of course. So after we had Jackson there, 19th, 8th, 20th going to Wynn, 21st to Thorpe, 22nd to Addington, 23rd to Ward, 24th to Whitehead, 25th to Childs, 26th to Lawrence, Harrison, 27th, 28th to Pearson, 29th to Thacker. And then from there, Starner with 30th, Dale Earnhardt Jr. 31st, 32nd to Stephen Madden, and 33rd to Michael Parr to round out your field of drivers here tonight in this all-out clash of racing and battles. It has been crazy to say the least here, folks. What a night, what a day it was. And again, if you're watching on Facebook and you want to catch it on YouTube, don't worry, we got you covered. We will have all that in its entirety here in just a little bit. But for now, this has been the Daytona 250 presented by Champion Power Equipment, Daytona Speedweek Cup race, the final one of the week and the final one to close out. And folks, I can't say this enough, but from the bottom of our heart here at PTM Racing TV, thank you again for everything. Thank you again for the support and all that. You know, and side note, and I'm not going to try to get too emotional, but it's always been a dream of mine to call for some of the biggest and best racers in the world. And calling for Dale Earnhardt Jr. tonight kind of was a little humbling to me. So I do appreciate these guys letting me come out and be the one person to talk about this and call it for them. And just thank you again, guys. It really does mean a lot. So from all of us here at PTM Racing TV, we're going to sign off for the night. Tomorrow night, Pedal to the Metal Racing League comes back out. A season opener for the Super Late. Some new drivers, new series, new everything. And then, of course, we have some big stuff coming from Blood Eagle. They have one last race at Cedar Lake. The Dirt Stock Season Championships on the line. We'll see what happens there. But for now, this has been the Daytona 250 presented by Champion Power Equipment. Of course, if you guys need the right tools for the right job, visit up Champion Power Equipment. They'll get the job done right for you with a name brand you can trust. For almost here, though, we got to call it quits. I'm sorry, guys. I know I'm ranting here. But for now, be safe. God bless. Take care. We love you guys. I'll see you next time.